It's District 31 6A, and a big showdown. One of the top games of this year going on tonight. The host team, it is the Edinburg Vela Sabercats, and they are 5-1 overall, 2-0 in district. They have not had a bye week yet, and they are taking on the Weslaco Panthers, 4-1, 1-0 in district. We're at Richard R. Flores Stadium. This is Edinburg, Texas. I'm Scott Harrison, and along with me tonight is Football Fred. And everybody's been awaiting this game, maybe for a couple weeks if you're a Weslaco fan, because they had the bye week. But now it's here, and we're ready to go. I know that Weslaco trying to avenge last year's loss down in Weslaco. They were up 7-0, but they lost to Vela 17-7. That was the last blemish on the Panthers' record until they lost in the playoffs. Football, Fred, it doesn't get more exciting than this.
This game has a lot of playoff implications. You're saying, what? Playoffs? There's a lot of football left.
Playoffs?
But yeah, it is. It does mean that, as a matter of fact, the winner tonight has the inside track. Yes, football still remains to be played, but the winner tonight has the inside track and has all sorts of playoff possibilities and issues that could happen because of that. We're excited. We're ready to go. Hey, wanted to say hi to our friends on Facebook. We are live on Facebook tonight. So everybody who's listening, we're happy that you're with us tonight. We have a good ball game happening for sure.
And set up the kickoff.
Yeah, the kickoff is about to get started here now. Vela's going to receive the ball. Now, it's interesting because Vela wants the ball first. They want to, obviously, they want to put their offense to the test, and we're going to see that right off the bat. Going to see that defense, that Weslaco defense. How are they going to respond to this challenge tonight? It's going to be fun.
Remember, 3 wide receivers on Vela have over 400 yards apiece in receptions. Kickoff is going to come down, and we are underway. And right now the ball will go over the 20. It's up to about the 28-yard line where the back is down.
Yeah, Justin Vega. Remember that name tonight. He is, along with, I like the way you said the Justins and Austins. They're the ones that are going to have the ball tonight. Justin Vega was the receiver there that brought the ball out for the Sabercats. You're going to get to see him quite a bit. You're going to see Justin Cantu quite a bit. So get ready for that.
Well, he has 14 catches for 410 yards and 4 touchdowns last week in the 45-0 win over Cavazos. 1 catch for 9 yards, that is, in a touchdown. So it's going to be 1st and 10, and the ball is going to be marked at the 28-yard line. And A.J. Sotelo, the quarterback, thrown for over 1,500 yards so far this season. And when he got 3 receivers with over 400 yards apiece in receptions, he's going to have some good numbers. But he is going to hand it off early, and there is going to be not much gain on that play.
Yeah, and this defense for Weslaco is going to have to set the tone early. Stopping the run and try to make him one-dimensional. A lot of people think about Vela, they pass a lot. And they do. But tonight, I have a feeling you're going to try to get Mckinney and other backs involved tonight and try to set the pace to this defense by running the ball.
And I believe that was Mckinney.
Yeah, that was Mckinney.
Kevin Mckinney.
Probably be the primary back.
So 2nd down and 10, no gain, ball at the 28-yard line. Moving away from the scoreboard is the Sabercats in the first quarter. And they'll be moving south, and it's going to be a running play again. And this time it's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards on that play, and Mckinney once again.
Yeah, and we're going to need a lot of that from Adrian Fuentes, better known as AKA Tank. We're going to need a big game from him right in the middle because McKinney's coming. At least during this series, we've seen the ball twice already been given to McKinney. We'll see if we're going to keep an eye on that, but we're going to need a big defensive play and really game by Tank.
Tank, 26 tackles so far this year, 4 last week in the win over Cavazos. And again, it is going to be 3rd down and 7, ball at the 31-yard line, and AJ is back to pass. There is a flag, and pass will be complete to about the 45-yard line, but again, a flag on the play.
Yeah, and that becomes a little tricky because usually it becomes holding. And I think at this point, right where the flag is, it might be holding on the defense. We'll wait for the call.
Kevin Rojas was the receiver on that play. He's another one of those young men having a very big year. And Rojas so far, 28 catches for 444 yards and 3 touchdowns. Last week against the Cavazos, 5 catches for 84 yards. Right. But again, are we going to have a penalty?
Right, yeah, and it looked like it was a hold out, just out on a pass pattern that they were trying to run. As the Klein is going to give him a 1st down. Just in case you're wondering, the offensive line that the Sabercats have, highly touted players. We'll talk about them in a minute. But tonight they do get a big push up front as they get Ronnie Garza. As a matter of fact, talking to Coach Campbell, he told us that this was his first game in quite a while. So he's already out there. Big 74 on the left side. We'll watch him.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10. ball at the 46-yard line, and the Sabercats will run it, and they will get up near midfield, gain of about 4 on that play.
And we're saying when you have an offensive line as big and dominant at times that the Vela Sabercat line can be, yeah, why not? Try to give it as to many backs as you can. You'll see him come in. You'll have Pablo Rivera, who's just a sophomore, come in to spell Mckinney. Sometimes they'll line up in the backfield together.
I believe it was Mckinney again on that play.
Right.
And we have another offensive lineman going to see his first action in a while too, aren't we?
Sure. We'll talk about him after this play.
2nd down and 6, ball at midfield. 9:49 remaining. First possession of the first quarter. And again, this time it's going to be a run, and it's going to get no gain at all on that play. And it was Pablo Rivera on the carry.
Yeah, and we're going to see that quite a bit. If you're watching the game tonight, you're kind of going to have to remember that you're going to see Mckinney, and you're going to get a nice dose of Rivera as well. Rivera a little smaller, a little quicker, young sophomore, while McKinney's a little heavier, a little bit more power runner and a senior. But yes, you're right. The return of Tyler Bailey, the TCU commit, Coach Campbell told us, look, we're going to try to play him tonight. Might not be out there too much, but we're going to see. We'll keep an eye out for him. Big 75. Not out there yet, but we'll look out for him.
Rivera, 46 rushes for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns so far this year. So he's done a nice job. Against Economies, he had 4 carries for 21 yards and 1 touchdown, and that time, good pressure in the backfield, incomplete pass.
Excellent play, and he's had a great year tonight. We've got to talk about Elijah Estevanes. He's had a monster year all year, and tonight when they needed him on a long 3rd down here, he came up and made Sotelo hurry up on that pass, and now brings up a 4th down.
8:58 remaining here in the opening quarter. So on the first possession of the ball game is going to be a punt. It's 4th down and 6, ball at midfield. And again, it is going to be the first chance for the ball to go over to the visitors, who of course are the Weslaco Panthers.
Jaden Cavazos is waiting the punt. He is dangerous. You got to watch him. That ball hits a player on the back, and they're going to stop him there. That's a play. That's not a live ball. He should have been down back there. They're going to call it dead. Yeah, that's a dead ball.
Yeah.
They got to stop there. Yeah.
And by the way, the punter is Justin Vega. We talked about how great of a receiver he is. Also the punter.
If I was to say that there's one problem, as you hear the Panther faithful with a style of kicking the ball, the rugby style, is sometimes if your blocker doesn't get out of the way, you're going to hit him in the back of the numbers, and that's what happened. He hit one of his blockers right at the back, and that ball ricocheted off of him, and that's where the Panthers are going to take over. Man, that is great field position to start for Cavazos and company.
The Weslaco Panthers 2019 season, by the way, is sponsored by Knapp Medical Center. So the Panthers have it in Vela territory, down to the 39-yard line. Their first possession, 8:47 remaining here in the opening quarter, and it's going to be a running play. It's going to be the quarterback, and it's Jacob Cavazos with a nice play, and he's going to get about 12 yards for the first down on the quarterback keeper.
He is their best running back. You say, wait a minute, how about Canab? Oh, Canab they're more effective. But let me tell you, as far as talent goes, Cavazos is the guy you want to have the ball in the hands of, because he makes all sorts of things happen. Big first down for the Panthers.
Okay, so it's going to be 1st down and 10. Ball at the 26-yard line. Payne Canab will take it this time over the 20, and he is going to get dragged down at about the 13-yard line. Pick up of 13, another first down on that rush.
Remember, we said he was effective? He only picks up first downs. How effective do you want him to be? Hurry up offense by design by the Panthers. Hurry up offense.
So 1st down and 10 at the 12, and this time it's going to be Canab, and he is going to fall down to about the 10-yard line, picks up about 2 on that play.
Well, you could have asked for a better field position for the Panthers, and now they're running. They're kind of comfortable in their offense. You have a 2nd down and about 7 or so you got plenty of things. You can look at the playbook and say, okay, you can kind of take your pick. You're very just close to the end zone here to score. Take your time and get a nice play in there.
Canab, leading scorer in the district with 48 points. He has rushed 62 times for 513 yards and also 8 touchdowns, and that time not much on the play.
Right, and that's Nilson Garcia, the sophomore linebacker, came up and made a nice play. Yeah, they're watching that RPO, run, pass,
Who had the ball
option.
that time?
Yeah, that was Cavazos. Cavazos kept it.
Yeah, I thought so.
He held it as long as he could. Maybe should have handed off, but boy, that defense for Vela was right in his face. We'll keep an eye on that.
So now it'll be a loss of about 3rd and 12 at the 14-yard line. Again, we have trips on the left side. KJ Jones was injured for a while, though he's going full blast again. He is on the right side. Kanab in the backfield. And it is Cavazos back to pass. And he is going to keep the ball. And he is going to get down to just about the 10-yard line. And he had to get much more than that, down to about the 4-yard line. So he picks up about 3. It's going to be now 4th down and 11. I would expect a field goal.
And that was a good decision by Cavazos. Really, nobody was open. So, instead of forcing it in there and throwing INT, being down here, try to get some points. You have Ram, who does a good job. That's Mr. Galvez, the kicker, who does a good job on kicking his field goals. We'll give him a shot on this field goal.
So Ram Galvez is going to have, about a 28-yarder, right?
Yeah, it's about a 28-yard field goal, more or less.
It's up, and it is good.
There you go.
So with 6:14 remaining here in the first quarter, it is the Panthers scoring on their opening possession, got the ball near midfield, moved it into field goal range, and got the 3 points as they lead 3-0 over the Sabercats with 6:14 remaining first quarter.
Right, so now let's go back. Just so the fans kind of know what transpires before the game. We have an opportunity to talk to both Coach Stroman for the Panthers and both Coach Campbell from the Vela Sabercats. And we find that so interesting because they give us a lot of insight, things that perhaps we didn't get during the week. Things have changed over the last 24 hours and things like that. For example, the playing of Mr. Bailey, Tyler, that we never thought that he would be back this season, and he's got an opportunity to play tonight.
Shoulder injury, right?
Yeah, and it looked like he was out for the remainder of the season, and he kind of surprised us by saying that they were going to play. But you find out a lot of things that as far as the team goes, but you find out that, hey, okay, we're going to let them settle down, and we're going to see what happens, and it'll be a chess match. Okay, so this is what they were doing. This is how we're going to counter. So expect something, a counter, if you would, from Vela on this next possession.
And the ball will be kicked off from the 40-yard line toward the north, toward the scoreboard. It's going to be a short kick. It's picked up at the 30. Jesse Hernandez has it, and he gets it down to about the 38-yard line. And talking to Coach Campbell before the game, an industry man, and he's got some connections to people that we know, right?
Yeah, by the way, that was Ivan Mendoza returning the ball. He goes back. He's got a lot of, if you remember, a lot of these people that Rusty Dowling used to be the coach up in Mission, Jeff Dykus, all these people that were here back a few years back. He's got some information that we'll share with you in a little bit on how that goes back to and the offense that he has here. Well, it's very interesting. We'll talk about it as the game kind of goes along. But, yeah, those names sound real familiar, especially if you're a Valley football fan.
And it is first down. Vela in their own territory at the 37-yard line. One back in the backfield. A.J. back to pass Sotelo, and he has a receiver open, and the ball is going to go down to about the 30-yard line. That was a big pass, and that gains about 32 yards.
Kevin Rojas, so there's your adjustment. There's your move, if you would. A receiver coming from the left side across the field on a crossing pattern, and they brought some pressure, the Panthers did, but good offensive line play by that offensive line for the Sabercats. Sotelo had enough time to get the ball there.
So it is going to be first down and 10 now in Weslaco territory down at the 32-yard line. 5:53 remaining, opening quarter. We'll talk a little bit about A.J. Sotelo and his stats. High snap, and he is going to give it off to one of his backs, and it gets about 5 yards.
Yeah, Pablo P.J. Rivera gets the ball again. They like to use two backs now. We've noticed this already. Bit of a change, at least when they're running. They do keep Mckinney in the backfield, but they also bring in P.J. Rivera, who's another back in the backfield, to kind of try to give you a different look there, the Sabercats now.
Officially 7 yards on that gain. Second down and 3, ball down at the 25-yard line. Again, a high snap. Ball is handed off, and this time it's going to go down near the 20-yard line, going to be a first down.
Yeah, they like the middle right now, the Sabercats. They're comfortable getting some yards down the middle, and you've got to look at, if you're a Panther fan, you kind of look at and make sure Rolando Morales is also playing in the middle. Now, you think about him, he's also a young man that plays offense. You have him, and you've got some other, and Coach Stroman mentioned a little bit to us that that's a possibility tonight. Some of the offensive players, especially on some skill positions, could play defense as well.
I believe that was Mckinney, right, on that play?
That was Mckinney right up the middle, yeah.
And that was 6 yards on the play. So it's going to be first down and 10, ball in the red zone, down at the 19-yard line. AJ calling the signals. Drops back to about the 30. Now we'll get no room, nowhere to go, and he is sacked.
Yeah, the two guys that we've been talking about all year, it looks like. Yep, that's Elijah, big 48. Elijah Esteban is in tanker there. Those two guys create all sorts of problems for everybody. I mean, it's not just right now, early on in the game. They've done that all year. They've been able to bring some pressure, Elijah off the edge and tank right up the middle there. Nice play there by this defense.
Loss of 8 on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 18. Ball at the 27-yard line. Sotelo has passed for 1,511 yards this season and 15 touchdowns, has had 4 interceptions, completed 84 out of 133 passes. Dropping back to pass. Pressure once again. This time he'll roll over to his right and he'll dump it off down to about the 22-yard line. Gets about 6 yards on the play. We'll try to see if we can pick out who got the reception.
Yeah, there's a couple of receivers out there. It looks like that was looked to be number 7 for the no, that was the quarterback. So he was one of those receivers that was out there. I was kind of focusing on the fact that Tank was in the backfield. Could have been called for a holding there, but they didn't call it. As a matter of fact, the Panther fans were kind of upset at the fact that he didn't get it out there. It looked like he got the ball out there to one of his receivers out there. He has a couple of new receivers now out there. We keep an eye on for him. Justin Gomez is out there, and you also have Kevin Rojas, another wide receiver that is out there. They did bring in different packages as a time kind of expires. Should they call a timeout?
It looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right, Sotelo so far this year, he has completed 63% of his passes. Every catch goes an average of 18 yards, so he's throwing some big plays per game, throwing for over 250 yards. And last week against the Economides, and the victory of 45-0, he completed 13 of 17 passes for 260 yards and 3 touchdowns. So doing a good job out there. And again this week, Vela, in the local poll, RGV.com is number 1.
Right.
Weslaco number 8. That's what most people expected. Memorial, which beat Vela earlier this year, was number 1 for a while, but then they got upset too.
Right.
So Vela back in the top spot.
Yeah. Coach Campbell, we talked to him about that. He says you asked him, a learning experience, and he says, yeah. These kids, some of these kids are young, and so they learn from that loss to McAllen Memorial, and they're going to take that and like the way that feels, and especially when you've been in a winning program like Vela has for the past few seasons, you don't like that too much. So
no.
Yeah, see how they respond. It's a big third down.
Right.
3rd and 13 to be exact.
They lost to Memorial, Vela, in the 3rd game of the season, 33-22.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 13. Ball at the 22-yard line. AJ feeling the pressure, goes toward the right side. Now he's down at the 25. He'll keep it, and he is going to fall toward the 15. Going to be short of the 1st down, 4th down.
Yeah, nice, again, pressure by this defense. This defensive line early is putting lots of pressure on Sotelo. That's good. That's exactly what you wanted. In most cases, the last thing you want to do is give Sotelo time. You just ran over his stats. You don't want to give him any time.
No.
You got to disrupt him. You're looking at this defense giving some pressure. They might not necessarily be getting there and getting some sacks, but they're disrupting the play.
So it's going to be a field goal attempt. It is up, and it is good. So what was that, about 33 maybe?
Yeah, it's about a 30, 32, something around there.
All right.
Yeah, field goal, more or less. So, yeah, we were talking earlier, interesting conversation that we had with Coach Campbell. We mentioned Coach Dowling up in Mission. We mentioned Coach Dykes up in Mission. We talked about Coach Roy Garza, who is the athletic director here. Back in the day, Coach Roy Garza used to be the coach for Edinburg North, the Cougars. Cougars had a great program, still do, but they were more successful back then. Coach Garza was the head coach. They went up to San Antonio in a little school by the name of San Antonio Brandeis had just opened up. And guess who was one of the coaches there?
Who was?
Coach Campbell.
Wow.
So he got to know Coach Campbell a little bit, knew Jeff Dykes from that area, Coach Dowling, and it just started talking to people. And before you know it, a few years later, Coach Campbell, another head coach, after Coach Salinas left this program, Coach Campbell came to be, and he's taken over and done well for this program. So nice, we're talking about that and how it kind of all came together. It says it just happened that Edinburg North was up there at that time, and and we were in that same area, and we got to talking, and the rest, as they say, is history.
So Isaac Amijo gets the field goal.
Yep.
2:23 remaining here in the first quarter. It's all knotted up at 3.
So again, we're going to go with the old cliche, a heavyweight fight. Okay, everybody kind of throws in a punch, if you would, kind of lands it. So it's a 3-3 ball game. So now the adjustments start to happen. Now you start seeing a little bit more of okay, who's going to do what. They've kind of felt each other out. Watch out for the fireworks now.
Ball kicked off at the 40. Will be taken at the 18-yard line. Back has it. 30. At the 40. Finally knocked out at about the 43-yard line.
That's Mel Rodriguez, one of our receivers here, does a great job. Nice way for Mel to follow his blocks, make a move in the beginning, and then follow his block coming outside, and he picked up some nice yardage. And again, decent field position for the Panthers again. Not inside Vela territory the last time, but at least they're starting at least at about the 44-yard line. It looks like they're going to start this second possession for the Panthers.
Well, a lot of talk about this game, and it's living up to its hype, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is exactly what you expect. Last year, this game, you recall, came down to the last few minutes as well, and it was just a turnover difference.
And we have a big carry, and it's going to be Jacob Cavazos. He keeps it, and he is going to get about 12 yards. First down, he's inside Vela territory.
So hard to handle. Really hard to handle because he's got that gear and he's got that vision. He's got that ability to make people miss. It's only 10 yards, but he looks like he picked up 20. He runs so fast and so much.
Ball at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. And this time Payne Kanav has it, and he tries to move laterally to the left. Doesn't get much, if anything.
Yeah, we've been talking about how aggressive the defense, and especially the defensive line for the Panthers has been. We're seeing the same thing here from this defensive line for the Sabercats. A big number 95, Alexis Munoz, junior defensive end, is getting in there. You have a couple of linebackers already making some plays. They're only starting with a three down lineman. See if that kind of works out. They're keeping a lot of people up there. Jaden Cavazos on a quick pass.
That's right. 2nd down and 11, and that one picks up about 3, so it is going to be 3rd down and 8.
So their offense is going to be dictated by what this defense gives them. If they have only 3 guys lining up, that means they're not trying to control the run too much. Depends on the box how many people they have. So it's interesting. If you're watching, you have 3 down linemen, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers. So you've got a total of 6 guys coming at you trying to control the run, try to make a pass play.
Cavazos now will keep the ball. And he is going to be knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Yeah, against this defense, you're gonna have to do something. Ian Nova was there, along with big number 32 as well. That's Matthew Brulos for the Sabercats. Yeah, against this defense, you're gonna have to make plays and get rid of the ball. Now there was nobody open. Remember, they're putting 6 guys in the box, so that's dictating to the Panthers. Okay. Do we run? Do we pass? It's up to the coaches. At 4th down, they're going for it.
4th down and 9, a ball at the 42-yard line. Cavazos has it, scrambles toward his right, now gets pressure, steps up, and he is going to be sacked, and the ball will be, down about midfield, loss of 8, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 at midfield for Vela.
Yeah, we said the fact that against this defense, it's tough to do that. Can't dance around too much because, you know what? Eventually the dancing is going to stop, and that's exactly what happened on those 2 plays.
All right, we have completed 1 quarter of play. Richard Flores Stadium in Edinburg, Texas. And it is Robert Vela over the Weslaco Panthers. Sabercats, actually the game is tied. Both teams with 3 points. It's been a great game so far, and we'll be back in just a moment. This is a K-West production. All right, we are back to action, beginning of the 2nd quarter, and immediately, Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison, we have a penalty.
Yeah, and that offense looks like they started a little too quick. They're a fast offense, but you ask for Light there shall be light.
That's right. Even if it's a flashlight, it's
Even if it's a flashlight, we're going to give it to you.
All right.
I brought my miner's hat if I would have known. But, oh, well.
It's first down and 15. Ball back at the 44-yard line. Vela has it in their own territory. A running play, Mckinney, and he is going to get a few yards. We'll say he gets about 5 back to maybe near the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, trying to find something. You know, he's one of these players kind of resembles Kanab in a few ways. Maybe he doesn't have the speed that Kanab has, but he's kind of built similar. He's patient. He waits for his blocks to develop. A nice pickup, at least close to the original line of scrimmage.
They're going to give him 4, second down and 11. Ball at the 48-yard line. Sotelo has it. Passing play, incomplete, over toward his sideline on the far side of the field.
Yeah, and, you know, they have a lot of receivers we can mention in this, but sometimes, you know, you bring in a tight end, for example. That intended wide receiver was Derek Adrejo, who's the tight end, junior tight end. That ball was just too far for him to catch.
So it's going to be third down and 11. Good gathering from both schools on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
I guess a cool front tomorrow.
Yeah.
They say at 2 o'clock tomorrow it's supposed to be 62 degrees. I think it got up to 100 today.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I was talking to all the K-West staff, and I was telling them, hey, if we would have just pushed, can we allow me to push this game? Nobody's playing that Lackey. You know, nobody's playing that Lackey. Why don't we tell everybody to get out there and play on weather, football weather?
That's right.
Like it's supposed to be tomorrow night.
Weslaco East is off this week. It's a bye week.
Right.
And next week, it's going to next week it's going to be, I believe, Donna North.
Right, comes into Lackey to take on these Panthers. Yeah,
that's right. So, both teams getting ready. Vela, by the way, last week outscored Economides in the first quarter, 13-0.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and Economides is a scrappy bunch.
Yeah,
those guys from the Jaguars from Economides, man, they put up a fight. That I can tell you. All right, big third down for the Sabercats.
By the way, that game will be a Friday night. We'll be back to 7:30 kickoff at Bobby Lackey, so everybody knows that. 11-17, first half, all knotted up at 3. AJ back to pass, and it is a complete pass on the far sideline down to about the 35, so it's going to be a gain of 17.
Yeah, and there's one of those receivers, Justin Gomez, doesn't get a lot of hype as some of the other couple receivers they have, but he was wide open on that pattern. He was trying to go out of bounds, and he does, but he picked up a big first down for the Sabercats.
Well, Gomez this year has 5 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown. Last week, 1 catch for 55 yards and a score, so he's made some big plays. First down and 10, ball actually at the 32, and it's going to be handed off. And it's going to go down to about the 24.
Yeah, PJ Rivera. There you go. The alternating of the backs. McKinney's back there. Rivera's back there. You have other backs coming up. You know, you get Matthew Trevino as well.
So second down and 2. Ball handed off, and it looks like a loss on the play.
Yeah, again, PJ Rivera gets the ball, but that defense was there for that one. They didn't let him get much.
So we're going to say ball's back at the 27, maybe a loss of 3 on the play.
Lost about 3 on that one. Yeah, that defense was there. And so, again, this defense is going to have to make a play here. They've been running the ball when they need to. And this third down, they like to throw, but we'll see.
Third down and 5.
That's about right.
And this time, a handoff, and it's going to be a big opening, and running back is going to get down to the 15. So a gain that time of about 22 yards.
Yeah, PJ, again, that's PJ Rivera. He's been having more success. Maybe the fact that he's a little faster than McKinney. He has been hurting the Panthers, at least on this drive. He's picked up some really good yards from his position there as he.
And don't we have a significant player out this week with a defensive injury?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll get to that after this play here.
So it is first and goal to go, ball at the 7-yard line. Sotelo looks in the end zone, and he has an open receiver for the touchdown. So a big touchdown. The reception goes to Kevin Rojas.
Yeah, Kevin Rojas, and there's 2 receivers on that edge. And really, he went to the first one, and Rojas was wide open, and they pick up a touchdown. But yeah, you were saying, if you're watching tonight, Angel Castellanos, number 32 for the Panthers, is not playing tonight. That's a big loss. I mean, it really is. He has one of these kids that, really, we're talking to Coach, it was precautionary measures, He's a little bit dinged up, but the fact is that, they're missing him at that spot.
And so the extra point is good. And with 9:15 remaining in the opening quarter, actually the opening half, it is now the Sabercats over the Panthers 10-3. The Weslaco Panthers 2019 season is sponsored by Knapp Medical Center.
So now, again, we've been talking about this. This is the changing. This is the adjustment that the coaches are doing. Coach Stroman said the same thing, kind of say the same thing that Coach Campbell said. Look, we're going to see what they give us. Once we're out there, we're going to adjust to what they give us. So looks like the Sabercats did. So now it's 10-3. So now the Panthers get their shot at it and see how they adjust.
And isn't the coach's Coach Campbell's son on the team, right?
Chase. Yeah, Chase is their backup quarterback, and he's just a sophomore. I remember him last year as a freshman, playing in certain spots when Sotelo was out or the breather or whatever. But yeah, he's a good one. He's the future here for these Sabercats.
Kickoff will go down to the 34-yard line. Knob has it, and that's where we'll start first and 10. Talking about Coach Campbell, too. He's coached a lot of places right up in Katy and San Antonio, so he's been around. He got a lot of experience before getting this job. Yeah,
programs that have been successful. He started programs from the ground up. And so he kind of, when he came here to Vela, he definitely took off on a program, one of the better programs in the Valley, but he installed a lot of the things that he brought with him.
Well, after Coach Salinas came to Weslaco, the 2 seasons he's been here, prior to this, he was 12-1.
Right, Cavazos keeping the ball.
Yep, Cavazos gets it and doesn't get much at all. Jacob maybe gets a yard or 2.
Right, so now the Panthers are content with trying to run with Cavazos. So now they seem to have kind of figured that one out. So now, if you're watching, you're just thinking, okay, you're listening tonight, you're saying, hey, what do the Panthers do now? Well, the Panthers got to get rolling here in offense. They've got excellent receivers. KJ Jones is playing. Jen Cavazos is playing tonight. Let's see if they get them involved.
So it is going to be 2nd down and 9, give him 1, and Jacob will pass the ball this time, and he has an open receiver, gets it to midfield, and it's going to be about a 17 or 18-yard gain.
Yeah, that is Granados, and it's nice to see him get involved in this offense. Jay Granados is one of these receivers that, he's tall, he's thinking, he's quickly up to the line.
Yeah, he had 11 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown this season. So once again, quick snap. Cavazos will get the ball off. Another completion, and it's going to go to the 35-yard line, gain of 14.
Yeah, creativity by Cavazos. Again, Granados is open. You got to get him the ball. Cavazos was under a lot of pressure. He needed to get rid of it. And a nice way for Jay to come back and make a play and get open for his quarterback. Show him the numbers. Hey, I'm right here to get it to me. Nice play by Cavazos as well.
1st and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. On Facebook Live tonight, we're enjoying ourselves. Hope you are too. Another completed pass, and it's going to go to about the 31-yard line. Was that KJ Jones?
Yeah, that's KJ on the right-hand side. Now, KJ, that's his play. When you quick pass out there, even kind of looks like a quick screen out there, and then you're trusting on KJ Jones to be able to make a play. Get some yards after the catch. We'll keep an eye on that. He's been successful on that.
Got 4 on the play to the 30, 2nd down and 6. 2 wideouts on the left side. That's the way the Cavazos is rolling. He'll pass that way, and it's a complete pass down to about the 16-yard line. So a gain of 14 on that play.
Jay Granados again. Nice play. Again, giving something the quarterback to aim and throw the ball to. Nice passing now. So you see the adjustment here. The Panthers now have gone away for a second from the running game and letting Cavazos do some of that pass, which is working right now.
KJ Jones, by the way, this year, 5 catches for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. All right, this time Jacob's going to keep it, and he is going to go all the way for the touchdown. 16-yard rush for Jacob Cavazos. He's in the end zone, and all of a sudden it's a 10-9 game. Panthers a quarter away from tying it.
Oh, you saw the recipe for success. If you're a Panther fan, you say, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, pass, 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 run, touchdown. Wow. Extra point is about to come. Tie the game here. Let's see if that Rams able to get that up.
Gets ready. Snap a little low, but he'll get it up, and it is good. Tie ball game. 7:03 remaining in the first half, and we see Jacob Cavazos, no slouch at running the ball so far coming into this game. 53 carries for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns, so that's his 7th of the year. He's averaging 7.5 yards per carry. Last week against the Jags, 9 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown.
I don't know. I'm more of a checkers guy. I'm not a chess guy. Yeah, I like checkers. I like checkers. I'm not a chess guy, but if you are a chess player, everybody says that it's strategic, right? Mm-hmm. It's a smart man game. So this is what we've got going on right now. It's your move. We saw that in the beginning. You got 3 points out of it. Then the Sabercats scored. They've adjusted, and so now it was Coach Strowman. Now your move, Coach. Coach Strowman does his move. Guess what? We're back to square one. All right, Coach Campbell, now it's your move. That's what you have going on tonight here at the Florida Stadium, and this is fun.
Doesn't get much better.
Yeah.
Beautiful night. Lots of fans. Weslaco always travels well with their fans.
Yeah,
it's a great band.
They're one of the programs over the years that they just, and the game started at 7 and they were here.
Oh, they were here.
Yeah, I was thinking somebody was going to be walking in at 7:30. Oh, they were in their seats.
All right, short kick. It's going to come down at the 23-yard line, and the ball will be taken down to about the 37, gain of about 15 or 16 on that kickoff.
Now, it's interesting because both teams on their kickoffs, both teams are kicking short and high or short and low. That's how we've seen. At least that's what I've seen.
Right.
And they have a lot of their star players, if you would, they're starting running backs, tight ends, receivers, out there on the kickoff. So Mckinney, as a matter of fact, just returned that one. Mm-hmm. And usually doesn't play special teams, but because the Panthers are kicking short and high, they're bringing in their up men are their running backs. So trying to get some good plays out of that.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball at the 38-yard line. Moving to the north toward the scoreboard in this quarter is the home team. And this time there's going to be a rush and a fumble. And it looks like the Panthers have it near the 45-yard line.
Yeah, McKinney.
It was McKinney on the fumble.
Yeah, McKinney had all sorts of daylight in front of him. I think that's what he saw, and he forgot the ball. Really excellent job by the Panther defense of poking it out. And really, we were talking about this earlier, that it was probably going to come down to turnovers. We had a feeling that turnovers was going to be the issue. And boy, we saw a big one there. What a opportunity. And really, the Panthers jumped on it at the 45-yard line of the Sabercats.
If I recall, on that last drive, and I'm just doing this by memory, didn't Cavazos have like 4 straight completions, at least a couple to Granados?
Yes.
And then, of course, ran in for the touchdown.
Right. Yep, that was it.
So 1st down and 10 inside Sabercats territory at the 45-yard line. Going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a nice run down to about the 32-yard line, gain of 13. Was that Jesse Hernandez?
Yeah, welcome, Jesse Hernandez, one of our favorite running backs for sure. I know we both like him. Well, you know what? The offense for the Sabercats has PJ Rivera and McKinney. Well, Weslaco counters with Kanab and Hernandez. We saw Hernandez there on a nice pickup, 1st down for Jesse.
That's right. Always does a nice job running the ball. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. And this time, it's going to be handed off. And not much going for Hernandez that time. And again, he gave it his best effort, but not much going. Hernandez, by the way, on the year, coming into the game, 19 carries for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging almost 10. carries for 15 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 11, loss of 1 on that play.
And Matthew Luna was there, and so was Raul Guajardo for the Sabercats. Really, Jesse was trying, as you mentioned, he was trying to figure something out, but couldn't get anything. All right.
Remember last week, Jesse Perez and Jesse Hernandez. We got to see if Perez is playing. I remember he had a concussion last week.
Right.
Maybe we can check and see
We'll
if
check
he's
in
in
a
the
second.
game. Yeah. All right, so we are going to see Jacob Cavazos with the ball, and he is going to run for about 4 yards down to the 30-yard line. So it is going to be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, nice play there by Cavazos. Really, when nothing is available and the play breaks down, Cavazos is going to put his head down. He's going to go. And that's what he can do, and he's really good at that. So brings up a 3rd down here. Remember earlier, the success that the Panthers had was 4 consecutive passes and then the run. See if they go back to the pass.
Ball at the 30. Again, 7 yards needed for the 1st down. Complete pass to Jaden Cavazos, and he is going to go to about the 18-yard line, so he gets 12 yards. 1st down, Panthers.
His play is the slant. Either right or left. Cavazos slants in the middle, takes a right, and he's wide open. Target, 1st down, Panthers.
Cavazos this year, 20 catches for 255 yards, and he has 4 touchdowns, averaging almost 13 yards a catch, which he did about that time. This time, Jacob Cavazos has the ball. He gets down near the, maybe 15-yard line, gain of about 3.
Yeah, and that play, it's easy to second guess because we're up here. But, boy, if you would have handed off the ball to Kanab, there was nobody on the left-hand side. Everybody's focusing on Jacob here on that play.
So it's a gain of 2, they'll call it. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Clock is running. 4:40 remaining here in the quarter, all knotted up in 10. We're in the 2nd quarter.
Fast-moving game. Watch Kanab. He's
Kanab has it, and he is going to get down near the 5-yard line. So it's a nice run. Give him about 11.
Man, oh man, Kanab, he was determined on that one. He was not coming down. I would say give him the ball again, Coach. Give him the ball again.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and goal to go. Going to mark the ball at the 4-yard line. There is going to be timeout. Kanab, by the way, this year, 62 carries for 513 yards. We mentioned 8 touchdowns, averaging over 8 yards a carry, over 100 yards a game. So he's doing a nice job. Long run this year of 44 yards. And against the Jags last week, had a nice game. 10 carries for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was an average of about 8 yards per carry.
Right.
And Coach Football Fred, how do you like that?
Well,
it says we're going to run it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't get paid what Coach Stroman does, or do I get the slack that comes from calling those plays? But being up here, I'll give it to him right now.
All right, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. And this time it's going to be Jacob Cavazos with the ball, and he's going to be hit, spun around, but his 2nd effort gets him in. So a 4-yard touchdown run with 3:58 remaining here in the 1st half.
Wow.
And it is the Panthers retaking the lead. Remember early on, they went ahead on their first offensive possession 3-0. Now they're ahead at 16-10, awaiting the extra point attempt.
Now we said he's their best running back, and with him, with Cavazos, even though he's your quarterback, he's not a big guy. But you got to wrap him up as we await the extra point here. Excellent play by Cavazos.
Extra point is good. So, again, with 3:58 remaining here in the 2nd quarter, it is now a 17-10 lead for the Panthers. Remember last year, only 17 points were scored by the winning team.
Right.
It was Vela winning at Bobby Lackey Stadium 17-7.
You get the feeling that whoever wants this more, they can have it. I mean, I know that Cavazos on that play, he wanted that touchdown. And we were saying earlier, you got to wrap him up. You just can't hit him. Just come up and try to lay the wood on him because he's going to bounce off.
That's
Kanab
right.
does the same thing. You got to wrap him up because if not, that's exactly what Cavazos is going to do to you. But I'm starting to get the feeling here. Just kind of getting the vibe. Whoever wants this game, you've got to want this now. I mean, obviously the Panthers got some sort of revenge on their minds from last year. But just think about the importance of the game as well.
A lot of stories in the past 2 weeks by the Monitor, but our favorite kicker besides Ram, right? We love Ram.
Yeah.
Who's our 2nd favorite kicker?
Yeah.
Not 2nd favorite, but as favorite.
Well,
kicker.
and we've
Christian,
talked
right?
about this. Yeah, Christian Garces is a young man who obviously puts in a lot of hard work on the practice field, but he obviously is dealing with what he has, and he is a great kid as we await the the kick here.
What a tackle at the 26-yard line. First down and 10. But let's finish this about Christian.
All right. Christian is a young man who's dealing with certain things when he was born. And they have a lot of things that they talk about, the disease and what has happened, and because of that, but that doesn't stop him.
No,
his
soccer
ability.
player.
He's one of the things he said. I can't go into my house and say I can't do it. It's just not acceptable, and you see it on the field. Hopefully, we get to see him tonight. You don't know.
The reason I bring this up, before the papers all go away tomorrow, if you pick up a monitor, I'm not trying to push the paper, even though I do some work for them, but that's not the reason. It's because it's a great article about Christian.
Yes,
it's in the Monitor today.
Yes.
Pick up a copy, and you'll know about his whole story, the disabilities he's fought with, and how he has not made those something to affect his life.
Right.
It's motivated him. So first carry goes down to about the 35-yard line, gain of 8.
Nice piece also by Carlos Rebelos. I'll add to that.
What's
on
that?
YouTube. It's a nice piece that was done by K-West, and it's on YouTube, on the YouTube channel for K-West, and that's also some information on Christian. You can see that on the newspaper. You can see it online as well.
Yeah.
Just it's a great story and great for this young man, this athlete from Weslaco High.
All right, so second down 2. I believe McKinney had that carry.
It's PJ.
PJ, okay, so PJ has it, and he's going to get to the 40, and he needed a couple yards, gets about 5, so it's going to be first down and 10 for Vela.
Yeah, the last few plays, they've favored PJ Rivera. He looks like they might go with him or ride him as long as they can. He's been successful even before.
Do you think that's anything to do with the fumble by McKinney?
You know, it could have been. It could have been the fact that could have been it. At the same time, maybe you're going with a hot hand.
Okay.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
First down and 10 at the 40. Vela in their own territory. This time, he'll get about 3, Rivera. And by the way, there's been a lot of articles in the past week in the Monitor. They've done a nice job of getting ready for this game about Weslaco. They talked about how Coach Stroman, Roy Stroman, likes to have practices in the morning.
Right.
And, you know, he says it does good. The kids like it. They get their schoolwork done at the end of the day. Parents like it. So that's interesting.
Right.
Do many schools do that? Have morning workouts? Like that?
Some do. Some do. Just depends on when you get your workout in. By the way, Tyler Bailey, the highly touted tackle, is in the game. He's been through this series. He's been playing. Keep an eye on him. Big 75.
Okay. So we're going to have another handoff.
And they're running that side.
Yeah. And this time, Rivera is going to get to about the 47. Pick up maybe about 3 or 4.
Right. Yeah, big 75 left tackle is out there. You know, they said they might run it back and forth. Him and Ronnie might be playing, and he's stepping out. He's coming out of the ball game now.
And by the way, a week ago, Wednesday, they had an article about some of the receivers for Weslaco.
Right.
So if you got some old issues of the Monitor, you didn't get to see them yet. Lots of good stuff about the Panthers.
All right, big third down here.
All right, second down and 3. We'll see what happens. Couple backs in the backfield.
Comes the pressure.
Sotelo will throw it, finds his receiver, and it's going to be a first down in Panther territory at the 45-yard line. And that time, the reception is picked up by Kevin Rojas.
Yeah, he's been their go-to guy. Now, I have not seen a lot of passes go. They have Justin Cantu, who is a big-time receiver, and I mean that because he's about 6'2".
Oh, yeah.
Can run, and he's a tall kid. He's their go-to guy, but we got to give some kudos up to Elian Rodriguez, the cornerback, just a sophomore.
All right.
But he's been playing out there.
You were talking about Cantu, right?
Right.
Okay. You give me just a moment. I will try to find some things about him. But he is quite a player and has been having a good year. One of those receivers that has over 400 yards in receptions. He actually is their leading receiver in yardage.
Yeah.
Coming into this game, 31 catches for 496 yards and 5 touchdowns. And versus Economides had 5 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown.
Unless he's a second half kind of guy, he hasn't been targeted much tonight. Nothing much to decide, which is a good thing. You know, at this point, if you're a Panther fan, you're thinking, maybe they're doing a good job of covering him and not letting him take over the ball game. So I've been keeping an eye on this big offensive line. Tyler Bailey is out. Ronnie Garza, the junior, is back. He's been playing right tackle and he's been switching left tackle. We'll see if he continues. He's right now lined up at the left side. See if they run towards that side. They've been running where Bailey was. Let's see if they do that.
1st and 10 at the 44 of Weslaco. 1:35 remaining in the first half. Panthers leading the Sabercats 17-10. Rivera with the ball once again, and he is going to be stood up. Little or no gain that time.
And you're starting to see that more and more. Where Ronnie Garza is, that left tackle, they like to go that way. You've got that big tackle and guard, and they look like when they're running, they like to go to that side. Keep an eye on that. See if that kind of hints off the defense.
Sabercats have 2 timeouts. Panthers 1. Clock running, approaching 1 minute remaining here in the first half. One back in the backfield, Rivera, but it's going to be a pass by Sotelo, and Sotelo has a receiver open down around the 25-yard line, so gets about 17 or 18 on that reception.
Yeah, and that's Kevin Rojas again. Yeah, they've been targeting him tonight, and it looks like he's the one that's been open. I was kind of keeping an eye on Cantu down there, big number 2, and they looks like they're double covering him. Looks like they got help with a safety back on the top side of things, so they're keeping an eye on him. They're letting him beat him deep. We'll see if that continues. He's lined up to the right-hand side, number 2 for the Sabercats.
59 seconds remaining, first half. 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line of the Panthers. Sotelo is going to rush the ball, and he will get up to the 15, 13, maybe out about the 12-yard line. He's going to get maybe 12 yards on that rush and a first down.
Yeah, AJ's not known for being a running quarterback.
Not at all.
But when he gets flushed out like that, he's got the ability to get rolling.
Now, I'm going to say not known, and I'm not trying to make fun of him. He's looked good in this game, but coming in this game, 10 carries for minus 32 yards.
Right. Not a guy who you're going to run the ball with too much. He's your quarterback who's going to kind of command the pocket and throw the ball. And here we go, first down.
Yep, 1st and 10. Ball, they say, is at the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal to go. And this time, Sotelo has a receiver open at the 2-yard line, and he's going to be pushed back.
That's a fumble. That's a fumble.
And it's going to be Weslaco ball, is it?
It looked like he caught the ball, but now they're waving it off like there wasn't a catch.
All right.
But, boy, that was awfully close. Awfully close. That looked like a fumble.
Could have that been Justin Cantu?
Yeah, Justin Cantu right in the middle.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the Panthers, a nice stick by that defense and made the ball come out, but they're calling an incomplete pass.
2nd down and 10. 2nd down and goal to go at the 10-yard line. 44 seconds remaining. Remember, Sabercats still have a couple of timeouts. Slot on the right side. This time it's going to be a handoff, and the ball will go down near the 5-yard line. Pick up a 5.
I'm thinking run all the way through.
Is that Rivera?
Clock's running. Yeah.
Yep.
That's PJ.
PJ gets it to the 5, so it's going to be 3rd and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Is expected a timeout call.
Yeah, and they've been successful with PJ, and I feel that's probably the reason they're going with him. He's had a good half. You know, Mckinney obviously had the fumble, but overall, just he's had a better half. So I figured for the next, 30 seconds at least, it's a 3rd down and 5 to go. But I would go ahead and try to run behind that big offensive line that the Sabercats have and try to tie this game up.
Well, as far as the offense, 7 returners on offense, 5 on defense, as we've mentioned almost every game to remind people that may not follow Panthers on a regular basis. Panthers had a start with a whole new defense this year. They had a great defense last year, but all new starters this year.
We're live on Facebook, man. They're enjoying a good ball game tonight. A lot of folks tuning in tonight that couldn't make the trip, or perhaps, it's the biggest game happening tonight.
Well, they're just football fans listening everywhere.
Other people from other parts of the world, country, valley, are tuning in tonight. Glad to have you along.
So 37 seconds remaining. Panthers up 17-10. 3rd and goal to go at the 5-yard line. Heading toward the north end zone where the scoreboard is at Flores Stadium. One back in the backfield. A.J. Sotelo is going to be sacked. Nothing doing. Immediately he was dropped.
Now this is interesting because the Sabercats have only 1 timeout, and it's a 4th down. They can't kill the ball. No. You figure they get up and try to kill it, but the clock is running. Looks like they're going to try a field goal.
Josh Burkett, by the way, was the one on the tackle. We talked about him a lot.
He came on one of the linebackers. He's a linebacker. Came off the right side. Sotelo never saw him. Man, what a play by Burkett.
So are they going to call a timeout with 1 second remaining? Well, actually with 3.
Yeah.
So I guess they didn't want to chance to have to kick it off, which makes sense.
Yeah, if it was a second down, maybe you would have tried a quick play or just kind of stop the clock and try something. But it was a third down. You came off of a timeout. You have one. You're right. You're going to try to get some points now.
Yeah.
Now, does Coach Campbell say, forget that, forget the points? We're trying to get the 6 points. Do you even think about that at one point? I mean, I'm just wondering.
I would go for the points.
You go for the points?
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, this is a great team, and so sometimes great teams, especially at home, may do things you might not normally expect.
I wanted to surprise you.
Yeah. Okay.
I was able to find, as we await here the kick, see if the
What's that?
Sabercats can make it here. I said, I've got a little gift for you tonight.
Oh, a gift.
I'm going to share something with you.
I think. All right. It's going to be an attempt.
The Panthers are going to ice him. Why not?
Yeah, 29-yard line.
So I was saying that I have a gift for you. We've been talking about this all, pretty much all season. Mm-hmm. So what I was able to do, we've been talking about that chart in NFL where they tell you, hey, if you're down by 3,
what to do, right.
you go for it. If you're down by 5, all that kind of stuff. So what I decided to do is I decided to find it, and I found the chart.
Nice.
Yeah. So it tells you if you're
that.
on offense and you're leading by, let's say, for example, 2 points.
Right.
It tells you to go for 1. But if you are
what are they supposed to
trailing
do
by 2, you're supposed to go for 1. So right now, if you look at this, you're down by 7, right? It says you go for 1. It just tells you if you score a touchdown.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 29-yard attempt. Isaac Aramijo. He puts it up.
Yep.
And it's good. So we are going to go to halftime. 17-13. It is the Weslaco Panthers leading the home team, the Robert Vela Sabercats. And in the first half, one of the keys for the Panthers were a couple rushing touchdowns by Jacob Cavazos. Did a nice job with that. And also, Kevin Rojas, touchdown reception. That was a long one.
Yeah,
wasn't
he had a big. He had a big half. Rojas had a big half. So did PJ Rivera.
So Rojas with wasn't like 78 yards or something like that. Big touchdown reception.
Right.
Yeah. So we are going to go to halftime. We are at Richard Flores Stadium in Edinburg, Texas, and the score right now is the Weslaco Panthers 17 and the Sabercats of Robert Vela 13. We'll be back with second half action after some fine performances from the bands. This is a K-West production. Welcome back to second half action. We are live tonight on Facebook along with Football Fred. I'm Scott Harrison. We are in Edinburg, Texas, Richard Flores Stadium, and it is Robert Vela, the Sabercats, hosting the Weslaco Panthers. 31-6A football action, and it's been a busy first half. A lot of action. Couple touchdowns by Jacob Cavazos. Rushing touchdowns. One correction to make for me. I said right before halftime, because I was looking at my notes, I can't read my own writing. What I meant to say was a 7 or 8 yard touchdown for Kevin Rojas. I said 78, but it was actually a 7-yard touchdown reception for Kevin Rojas for Vela. And Football Fred,
All right.
I know you wanted to say one thing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when we were talking earlier, we had said that Angel Castellanos was out tonight. Angel Castellanos, we saw him out on the field, and we're happy as Panther fans that he was out there because he's making some good plays. The young man who's out tonight is Brad Castellon. Again, held out for precautionary measures. He's the outside linebacker, but the coach said, hey, we're going to miss him tonight, but we're going hopefully to get him back next week.
All right, got that all corrected.
Right.
So now we're going to be ready for second half action. Panthers are going to get the football. And by the way, we thought there might have been a fumble at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
I went down and talked to Mike Garcia.
Sure.
Of course, he hosts those shows all the time with Carlos Roblato at home games.
Right.
And he had told me that it was Rodney Garza that caused the fumble. That wasn't a fumble.
Right.
So had it been a fumble, it would have been credited to Rodney Garza.
Yeah, but it sure looked like it.
Yeah, sure looked like it. So, all right. Ready to go. And again, Panthers will get the ball. And they will catch it at the 31-yard line and down it right there.
So again, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We're live on Facebook video tonight. You saw that kick. That's been happening all night, really, on both sides. Both Weslaco and Vela have done that. Kind of a little bit of a pooch kick. They're giving up yards, but hoping that the defense can do it. They've been starting averaging. The field position for both teams have been about the 30 or so. So they give you a shorter field than they would trying to kick deep. It's interesting the philosophy that goes into that, but let's see if the Panthers can take advantage of that.
With Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. It's a K-West production. We've got our crew doing well tonight. We'll recognize them later. But right now it's Jacob Cavazos with the pass, and ball is going to be taken in midfield. So that was a gain of about 19 yards on that touchdown, on that reception.
Yeah, you got to go back to that one. That's going to break. Eventually, KJ's going to go. He's getting closer and closer. That's the second time they give him that quick out pattern, and he's just there, and he has to make a move, and he's quick and he is fast. I have a feeling that he might break one tonight. They switch him over to the other side now.
All right, they said he stepped out at the 41-yard line, but still 1st and 10. And this time it is going to be Jacob Cavazos keeping the ball, and he is going to spin around, and he will be near a first down.
Yeah, real close to it. I would give it to him. I don't know if the officials are, but it does look like it from here. Are they going to give it to him? Are they going to make him do second down? They're going to make him do second down.
By the way, KJ Jones was out since the first game until last week.
Right.
He had an injury, had a big first game, and had a touchdown in the first game reception against Nicky Rowe last week. He had a couple catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Right. So it's going to be 2nd down and 1 at midfield. Jacob Cavazos is going to keep it, and he is going to get down to the 38-yard line. So on that play, gain of 12 on the rush.
So they're playing pass, and he decides to run. There's that check, that chess again being played by this offense and this defense. Everybody kind of backs up into a prevent kind of pass for a pass. And Cavazos sees that and he goes. That's something that I'm sure that the Panthers are looking at. Again, we're looking at the box, see how many people they put up at the box to try to prevent the run. Right now, they have a total of 6 guys right at the box.
Slot on the right side, 1 back in the backfield. And this time, it's going to be a rushing play by Peyton Kanab, and he is going to get a couple yards, maybe 2 or 3 down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that looked like a wildcat. That's what they like to do with him every now and then. They'll put the snap the ball directly to Kanab, and Cavazos is right next to him. So you're the defense. You're thinking the ball's going to the quarterback, and then the Kanab gets it. Picks up a few yards around that
I
run.
like that. The Kanab.
Kanab. That's right.
We may have started. Is that like the Ohio State?
That's the Ohio State. The Kanab.
All right. 2nd down and 8 at the 36-yard line in Vela territory. And this time Cavazos on a pass play, and it's going to be a big reception down to about the 15-yard line. So that's about 21 yards on the reception.
It's been open all night. And it's going to continue the second half. Jake Granado's big pass play. Nice way to settle down, settle your feet, get him underneath you, square your shoulders up, and Cavazos throws a nice dart. First down.
On one of those touchdown drives in the first half, he had 3 consecutive pass receptions, Jay Granados.
Right.
Running play this time to the left side does not pick up much at all.
But I feel that they're doing this run, and it's really setting up the pass for the Panthers now. I mean, they got to honor it. They got to honor the fact that Kanab is running hard. Cavazos has already burned them on this possession, on this drive. So they got to watch it, and they're keeping those 6 guys up in the box. So that means, you're doing the math, You got 4 guys back there. You got somebody open. You got to find that spot.
No gain for Knaub on the play. 2nd down and 10. And this time, another rushing play. This time, no gain, maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, and then what that does, it keeps the defense. Once again, you're watching this game tonight on Facebook. You kind of look at that. They play 3 guys down, and Coach Stroman talked to us about that before the game. Sometimes they bring in 4 at the line, but usually start with 3, and then they have their linebackers. So they have a total of 6 guys playing that run in the box.
Knaub loss of 1 on the play. 3rd and 11. Trips on the right side. 1 wide out to the left. Knaub in the backfield with Cavazos. Cavazos keeps the ball. He is going to beat the 15, the 10, and he is going to rush for his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it. It is a 16-yard touchdown run, 3rd of the night, and awaiting the extra point with 8:39 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It is a 23-13 lead for Weslaco.
And really, I'm going to say this was simple. There's nothing simple about this because it was really set up by a great offensive drive, mixture of run and pass, pass, run. And really what happened here as Jacob took off as we await, there's an injured Sabercat in the end zone. I've got to mention this, and we'll probably get on the replay, but as soon as Jacob drops back to pass, everybody drops back into coverage. You're talking 10, 12 yards they're away from Jacob. And it's up to Jacob now to find the lane, find where the block is, find that area, that crease to get downfield. They backed up into coverage. That tells you I'm running because there's space in front of me. Takes off, and that's what you have, a touchdown.
All right. Player is walking off under his own power. That's a good sign.
Yeah, that's a good young player for Vela. Seems to be okay. So we wait the extra point, and that's exactly what you wanted to see if you're a Panther fan. They get the ball, score. It's exactly what you wanted.
8:39 again remaining here. Beginning of the 3rd quarter. And Ram puts it up, and it is good. So looking at Weslaco this year on offense, coming into the game, they are averaging, or they have totaled on offense 1,144 yards rushing, 917 passing, and this is a total of 2,061, about 335 a game. So a fairly balanced offense.
Yep. And you know what? Let's go back to this drive where they scored. They got the ball and scored. That offensive line did a fantastic job of opening lines there for the Panther running back, both Knaub and Garza. Take that Cavazos. Nice play by these guys. They found something. Now let's see how they react. Again, all night it's been like this. They kind of do something, they kind of adjust. So we have the Panthers. So let's see now what Coach Campbell and the Sabercats do.
And remember, of course, the districts were different back then.
Right.
But Vela has not lost a district game since 2014. That was against Sherryland.
I was 15 back then. No. Sort of.
Are we using dog ears or something? Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Ooh. Kickoff is taken, and not much. Well, no, the runner breaks away.
Yeah,
and there's a flag, so
it's going to come back.
A lot of confusion here. The ball is inside Weslaco territory around the 40, but we have a flag back around the 25, so let's try to sort this out.
Yeah, Jaime Perez did not want to go down. A great run by him. Unfortunately, the flag in that area is in the area of push in the back usually, or a hold. That's the area. When you kick off like that and you have it on that side of the field where the runner was, it's usually a hold or a push in the back on the receiving team. Now, we'll see if that stands as well. Coach Stroman going to throw another flag.
And I do want to jump in real quick. We were wondering if Jesse Perez was going to play tonight.
Right.
Remember, he had 3 sacks coming into this game and didn't even play last week. Was in the concussion protocol. And I say last week, last game was actually 2 weeks ago.
Correct.
But he is playing tonight on defense. Remember, last year he used quite a bit that is, as a runner, but this year exclusively on defense, doing a great job. So it's great to see him playing tonight.
Yeah, he's done a great job on that defense. He's really solidified that side of the field. All right, so we got 2 flags. And they're coming over this way.
Has not been a big night for laundry, has it?
Not too bad.
Yeah. So we'll see what comes up here. A lot of Weslaco fans here tonight. I looked, and I couldn't see the whole stands, but it's fairly full. The visiting stands are fairly full tonight with Weslaco fans.
Right.
Outstanding night for them to travel.
They travel well.
Especially on a Thursday night.
So I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but I can tell you that it's been offset.
All right, let me just take a moment to recognize that the Weslaco Panthers 2019 season is sponsored by Knapp Medical Center.
Hey, did you see Tramaru down there?
No, who?
Tramaru?
Oh, Tramaru the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the mascot.
Yeah,
for Knapp
the official
Medical
mascot
Center.
for Knapp. Tramaru, the kangaroo. I don't know if he travels. I'm sure he does. That'd be interesting.
Well, you know which animal does travel. I'm going to give you a chance to give the plug. Which animal travels? It rolls.
I don't know.
The panther.
Oh, yeah, the panther rolls. That's right. Did it
It's
make
here.
it out here?
Oh, it's here.
I didn't get to see that.
Yeah. That's your favorite thing?
It's my favorite thing. Oh, there it is. It's
Yeah.
on the left-hand side. Maybe the guys will take a picture of it. The panther did travel. The new way of doing it. Yeah, the panther traveled. It's over there on the south side of the field. The FFA now takes care of that. They've had a workout tonight, and 24 points.
Hadn't this thing been mothballed? Had been in the cafeteria somewhere for like 25 years or something like that?
Yeah. They had it in the closet and decided to pull it out.
That's great. I love it.
Shine it, give it a new coat of paint, nice and panther purple color, and we're ready to roll.
Fear the panther, right?
So they're going to re-kick this again.
So we'll make it simple. Just going to do it over. Kickoff from the 40. It's up, and it's going to get picked up at about the 12-yard line, and the ball is going to be returned to about the 30-yard line. And I believe that was Matthew Lopez.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? That works out better for the Panthers, if you ask me, because the earlier, the prior kickoff, they ran it a little bit further in, the Sabercats in. So this kind of works out for the Panthers. They have to re-kick, but at least they get the ball back at the 30, where that's the average line of scrimmage, or at least where they've been starting the Sabercats. No sign of Tyler Bailey here to start the third quarter. Ronnie Garza is in the lineup.
1st and 10 at the 30, 8:22 remaining, third quarter, 24-13. Weslaco leading homestanding Vela. And the pass is going to go down to about the 43-yard line, and that is Kevin Rojas on the reception.
Yeah, and he's been open all night tonight on that crossing pattern, and he's been the go-to guy all night tonight for the Sabercats.
So it is going to be 1st down and 10 after the 13-yard gain. Ball still in Sabercat territory. One back in the backfield, going to be handed off. And this ball is going to get down near the 50-yard line, gain of about 7.
Yeah, McKinney is back. Yeah, he was off for the most of the second quarter.
Right.
Really giving more time to PJ. But now he's back in there.
PJ Rivera, Kevin McKinney, and now ball will be marked at the 49-yard line. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. 7:30 remaining, clock running here in the third quarter. We have a slot on the left side. One back in the backfield, that's McKinney, and McKinney gets it, and he is going to get down to about the 48-yard line, so he is going to get the necessary yardage, and he's got a 1st down. Actually, when they mark it, maybe closer to about a 6-yard gain.
He might have had some popcorn with butter because he slipped out of that tackle at half. Man, he was slippery. Man, you see that? He jumped. He had him.
It's a human night.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. 1st down and 10 inside Weslaco territory at the 45-yard line. And this time it'll be PJ Rivera, and Rivera, another big run, and he is going to keep going inside the 38-yard line to about the 28, so he gets about 17 on that run.
Yeah, you get the feeling that with PJ Rivera gets the ball, it's a little faster. So he's got an ability to really get going, and he's back there again now. McKinney has gone to the bench, but look like PJ's back there now.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 28-yard line. trips on the left side, one back in the backfield, and this time Rivera will go toward the right side, sweep, and gets down to about the 25. Give him about 3 on that play.
And I was thinking that they would probably want to ride to the side where Ronnie Garza's at. Ronnie's on your left-hand side, but they've been running over to the right-hand side, and I was thinking of who's back there. You have a couple of guys back there. That's really Chris Leal who's back there playing tackle. They're following him on that right-hand side. They're favoring that area.
Almost the midway point of the third quarter, 2nd down and 7 at the 25-yard line. And this time it looks like McKinney's back in there, and he'll get down near the 20-yard line. Looks a little short of the first down.
Yeah, so they're content with doing this. They're content with kind of taking a page from the Panthers earlier. They're running the ball, and then run it a little bit more. And then they like to, a nice little crossing pattern, throw it out there to their wide receiver, Rojas, who's been open tonight. 3rd
down and 2, ball at the 20. This time looks like McKinney again, and he is going to be taken down. What an ankle tackle. Going to be short.
Yeah, he's going to be short. And really, what a great play there by this defense, coming under him and really swiping his legs off and then making him be short of a first down. But I'm the Sabercats. It's 4th and about 2, maybe a long one. I'm going for it.
They say officially 4th and 1 at the 19-yard line.
Let's see what this defense can do here. We need a big stop.
Again, A.J. Sotelo calling the signals. Has passed for over 1,500 yards this season. He's going to pass this time, and it is broken up, or is it fumbled? Broken up, incomplete pass.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, because it's Panther football. The defense, we've seen the growth. We've been there since the first game, and the growth that they've had, and when we've learned something about this Panther defense, when they need to show up, when it matters, just like on that down, they delivered.
So it'll be 1st down for Weslaco, 2nd possession of the half. First one, remember, they scored on the run by Jacob Cavazos.
Wow, look at the crowd.
Oh, the crowd is up, standing up right in front of us.
They are giving it up for that defense.
1st down and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. Weslaco moving toward the north, toward the scoreboard here at Flores Stadium in the 3rd quarter. And the ball is going to be taken, it looks like, by Cavazos, and he will get up to about the 33-yard line. So he is going to pick up a 1st down. We'll have to wait. See, a little short. They're going to mark him down, actually, after about a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Cavazos, again, setting the tone, making them come up. They have to play the run. Again, here there's got a few guys at the box again.
So he was down at the 28.
Right.
And this time they're going to try to bull ahead for the 1st down over the 30. And that will be a 1st down. I believe it was Kanab.
Right, Kanab putting his head down, really, and just pushing the POW forward and picking up a 1st down.
Yep, picked up 3 on that play. 1st down and 10 at the 32-yard line. But remember, these rushing plays, they make the clock move. And
yeah,
we know that Coach Stroman wanted to do some running tonight.
Right.
Trips on the right side, one back in the backfield. Jacob Cavazos at quarterback. This time he's going to loft it to the one receiver on the far side, and he's going to be down to the 50, the 40, the 30, and he will be out around the 30-yard line. I believe that was...
Yeah, KJ Jones.
KJ?
That's KJ. We said go back to it. It's going to break eventually, and it just did.
So the ball got down to the 33-yard line, and on that play, picked up about 35 yards. They're going to go quickly. And this time the ball will be moved ahead, I believe, by Kanab down to about the 30. We'll have to wait and see where they mark him down. Say maybe he got 2 on that play to the 31, 2nd down and 8.
Now they're playing so, the receivers for Weslaco, you got to keep an eye on this. They're playing him so far. I mean, they're respecting the speed, obviously, that KJ has, but they're playing it so often, they're just dumping it to him out there, and he can create. On one-on-one, he can beat you.
All right, the slot on the right side looked like maybe it was KJ jumped off.
He was excited for that.
Now remember, they do predictions in the monitor all the time. Okay?
Right.
One person picked Weslaco to win tonight, and we don't know who's going to win yet. But
right.
And this is the guy that does a lot of stories on Weslaco, but Raul Garcia.
Yeah.
Raul Garcia did pick Weslaco to win tonight, so we'll have to see.
Well, might be Nostradamus at the end of the night.
And again, a long way to go. We're not saying what's going to happen, but we're just saying he was, of all the people that picked football games for the Monitor, he's the one that picked Weslaco this week. All right, we have a slot on the right side, and this time Jacob Cavazos rolls to the right side. He's got a wide receiver open for a moment, and it is knocked away at the last second, but it's going to be interference. It was Jaden Cavazos in the end zone, interfered with.
If he does not interfere him, he catches that touchdown.
And we're trying to see who the back was. He's disappointed.
He had no choice but to do that. But we'll see in a second. Now, the officials...
I think it was Jaime Perez Jr.
I'm trying to see if there's another flag over here towards where the offense is. There's a conference going on.
Right.
Not sure what that is, but we know there was a clear interference.
Jaime Perez is the second leading tackler for his team with 33. Okay. There's somebody illegal out there.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to hear the officials.
Yeah,
here.
I'll tell you. I was paying attention.
You know? Okay.
It looks like Jacob had crossed the line of scrimmage.
All right.
This is what it looked like. Or backward pass, is that what he called it? He was maybe across the line of scrimmage. He should have taken off with it, but he threw it a little too late. He had crossed the line, it looks like. So now that's offset. So you try it all over again. Never happened. Never happened.
So it's going to be second down and 13. Cavazos with the ball. Now we'll throw another long pass, and it is going to be overthrown and intercepted, it looks like.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see who it is.
It looked like they were going to KJ Jones deep.
Right.
But Cavazos overthrew that ball. KJ was looking around, see if anybody had interfered him, but a great defensive play by the Sabercat defense.
It's a far side of the field. I just couldn't catch the number.
Right. Yeah, as soon as he caught it, he got off the field. Yeah. but you know, Cavazos trying to go for it all. Really, KJ couldn't get to it. It was just overthrown by Cavazos, and in the back of the end zone, interception by the Sabercats. Could this turn the tide here? Let's see if this defense can get this rolling.
First down and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. 2:53 remaining. Panthers with an 11-point lead. Slots on each side, one back in the backfield. And this time it's going to be a big run, and the ball is going to go down to midfield. Gain of about 30 on that play. And that looked like Mckinney?
Yeah, that's Mckinney. Yeah, Mckinney knows that he's got to get rolling. He's got to get going. PJ's having a good night. He wants to do a good night. Now quickly the Sabercats also come up quickly, and there's PJ Rivera in the backfield now spelling.
Right. Well, that was a 31-yard gain. Ball in Weslaco territory at the 49-yard line, and PJ has it, and he is going to get down to about the 35-yard line, so he picks up about 14 yards himself.
Right. This offense, after that turnover, we said it earlier, if you can't turn over the ball against this Vela team, they will make you pay if you turn the ball over. That's still to be decided, but they're moving the ball now.
Ball at the 36-yard line in Weslaco territory, approaching 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter, first down and 10, and it's Mckinney once again, and he'll be lucky if he picked up a yard.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys out there. Estebanes was out there. Castellon was out there as well, the linebacker. A couple of guys were out there making some plays. Nice play there by the defense. They're going to need a lot more from that defense, that I can tell you.
Second down and 9, ball at the 35-yard line. Again, under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. 24-13, Weslaco over Vela. Slot on the left side, one back in the backfield. AJ Sotelo.
Yeah, they call the timeout.
Yeah. Of course, also known as Anthony.
Right.
Everybody calls him AJ. So there'll be timeout on the field. And as we take a look right now at the defense for Weslaco, we see on the rush coming into the game gave up 999 yards, 662 yards passing, a total of 1,661, or an average of about 332 yards a game. So what they get on offense, they just about give up as far as yardage.
You know,
we're talking about Weslaco.
I'm excited the fact that they have Devin Hanks back there.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, whether he's playing, again, he might be on a snap count, You know, he was injured he was out for about a month and a half, 2 months.
Was it a sternum?
Yeah, it was a sternum.
Yeah.
And so he might be on a pitch count, depending on how he feels. But we're happy to have him back. Leader out there on the defense. You know, it's just one of those things where
he had a lot of tackles. He only played a couple games, 2 or 3 games, had 17 tackles, I remember.
Right. Very athletic, very athletic. One of the faster guys on the team.
All right, so 2 timeouts remain for the Panthers. 2nd and 9, ball at the 35-yard line. And A.J. will give it to Mckinney, and Mckinney is going to get down to about the 32-yard line. So we'll give him about 3 on that play. It'll be 3rd down coming up, and about 6.
Yeah, Aaron Garcia, man, he had him in the backfield. He just missed him. But Mckinney is quick. He can get out of there quickly. But nice move there. We're gonna make a big 3rd down. You think it's 4-down territory for the Sabercats? You think so?
We'll see how much they get on this.
Yeah, clock is running. Right. About a minute now.
3rd down and 5 officially at the 31-yard line in Weslaco territory. Couple backs in the backfield. AJ gets the ball, hands it off, and this time it's going to be a pickup down to about the 27-yard line, still short of the 1st down.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 4th down and short. Now, this is interesting.
I believe it was Mckinney again, was it?
Yeah, Mckinney. Yeah. This is interesting. I'm the Sabercats. I need an inch, but last time they were here, they stopped them, remember?
4th down and 1, I go for it.
All right, 4th down and 1.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Coach Harrison, it's on you.
Well, I'm broadcasting for Weslaco, so obviously I can't win this one, can I?
There's the defense.
Yeah.
There's the defense again.
Well, that's good. I thought they should go for it, but again, like I said, we broadcast for Weslaco, so we're glad to see that.
That is
no gain on that play by Mckinney.
That is the 2nd time in this quarter that on a 4th and 1, the Panther defense has stopped the Sabercat offense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if you're gonna remember, now let me say this, football Fred. This is a game between 2 champion clubs, all right?
Right.
It may determine who wins the district. So, no guts or no glory. If you want to win the district, you got to make the big plays. Well, we're seeing on defense, that's what Weslaco's doing.
Yeah.
But Vela needs to at least try, because they're a champion.
Yeah.
We know how good they've done over the past few years.
You got to take it away.
They want to stay undefeated since 2014 in district play.
Yeah.
So, you can't fault them for trying. This time, it's going to be a keep by Jacob Cavazos. He's going to get down near the 35-yard line, gets about 7 on that play, so it'll be like 2nd and 3.
So to quote a guy that I knew once, you know him better than I do. I've only seen him on TV. To be the man.
Oh, yeah, Ric Flair.
You got to beat the man, right?
Yeah. No.
All right,
there's a penalty. That's the end of the quarter, right? Yeah. All right, so we have gone through 3 quarters of play at Flora Stadium in Edinburg, and right now it is the Weslaco Panthers over the Robert Vela Sabercats, 24-13. District 31 6A action. For Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. This is a K-West production.
Before Christine McCleary was a physical therapist, she was an honor student at Weslaco ISD, played sports, and was a cheerleader. She graduated from Ohio State University, then physical therapy school at Texas State University. Now she is Dr. Christine McCleary at Triumph Therapy and part of the clinical faculty at UTRGV School of Medicine. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Christine McCleary, WISD was the right choice.
And we're about ready to begin the final quarter of play, at least for regulation. Again, 24-13, Weslaco Panthers over the Sabercats of Robert Vela. And it is time for the first play, and it is going to be a 2nd down. It was 3, and that time not much at all.
And no doubt the Panthers want to run the ball. I mean,
that's right.
Hey, you want to run the clock. You've got the lead. You've got the momentum. Your defense
has... Is that Cavazos with it?
That's Cavazos, yeah.
I thought so.
Your defense has played lights out tonight.
So no gain on that play. 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 35-yard line. Cavazos with it again is going to go around the right side, and he's going to get the 1st down and a lot more. As a matter of fact, I think he is going to go all the way. And we see him go into the end zone, and it is a touchdown. Ball, I believe, was at the 35-yard line. So that is going to be a 65-yard run. We see the big fighting Panther come down the sidelines. We see the flags. We mean the Panther flags, not the officials' flags. An extra point attempt coming up for Jacob Cavazos, his 4th touchdown of the game.
Man, oh man. I was just thinking, that Panther looks beautiful on the track running back and forth after a touchdown. Thank you, Coach Stroman, for bringing that back.
All right. Ram getting ready for the extra point attempt. It's up, and it is good. So with 11:22 remaining here in the 4th quarter, it is now the Panthers ahead of the Sabercats, 31-13. And I'll tell you what, Cavazos, what a day rushing the ball.
Did we say in the beginning of the broadcast that he is the best running back in the Weslaco has? Now, Weslaco has some really good ones.
You know, you got to know that as of today, I know he's run for over 100 yards.
Right.
So he's somewhere between 500 and 600 for the season now rushing.
Wow.
And now as far as total touchdowns, let me check. He came into the game with 6, so now he has 10 for the season.
Man, that's some nice numbers, but boy, I mean, fact is you've got Hernandez, the running back there, you got Kanab back there, you got other guys that play running back. And to say that your quarterback is your best running back, that tells you something. What type of athlete, and he's a quarterback, he can throw it too.
Can you say stepping up in a big moment?
Yeah, that's exactly.
I mean, this game has been, I'll tell you what, in the preseason issue, the Monitor always has a preseason football issue.
Yeah.
This was one of the featured games of the year to see.
Sure.
Okay, well, everybody knew that. It was the obvious, but still, you know, he has stepped up when he needed to step up, which was tonight. And the ball will be kicked and will be picked up at about the 5-yard line, and it will be returned to about the 21-22-yard line. That is where Vela will start 1st and 10.
Obviously, tonight, Cavazos has had a monster again. I mean, let's be honest. I'll go up there and say a little further. Because of the fact that the Panthers' defense, they have been, I said earlier, lights out. They have been past impressive. They have shown that the growth they've had. They're playing at a championship level. Let's be honest.
I know you said it many times, but, you know, a couple 4th and shorts in the 3rd quarter, approaching the red zone.
Right.
They were stopped. We're talking about Vela by the Panthers defense. Enough said, if you're a Panther fan. But now, Vela, you know, they're a championship squad. They're not going to give up.
Yeah.
And we have a big run immediately by Rivera. Ball was at the 21-yard line, and he's going to get a 1st down, gets about maybe 11 or 12 on that. So, you know, PJ's not giving up.
No, and they're not. I mean, they score quickly. They can go score quickly. That defense has to keep the pull. You got to keep the throttle on going. You got to keep going. You can't stop now. You got to keep playing.
Slots on either side, one back in the backfield. A.J. Sotelo, the quarterback, looks up the field. He's going to throw it. Receiver fell down, one of them, and another one could not get it. So an incomplete pass. That might have been Jesse Perez back there. I'm not sure.
Sotelo was really looking for Rojas on that one. He's been his go-to guy tonight. He has a bunch of other receivers, and I will say this, and it's going to be interesting on during the postgame what Carlos and the rest of the guys are going to talk to him about.
Well, we're not going to have postgame tonight.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We're on the road.
Well, I would still go ask him, and I'll tell you what I would ask Coach Stroman in a second here.
Okay. It's going to be a running play, and this time it's going to go over the 40-yard line. It was 2nd and 10 at the 33.
Yeah, what I would ask
was that Rivera again?
Yeah, that was Rivera again. Yeah, it's healthy doses of Rivera. I would ask Coach Sherman, hey, what did you guys plan for big number 2 for Austin Cantu? He's been limited at nothing here, Scott. That's how impressive this defense has been.
This is a guy that has, almost 500 yards and receptions this year.
Right.
So after that 12-yard gain, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line, and it's going to be Rivera again, I believe, and he is going to get up to midfield, pickup of about 5 on 1st down.
Now the Panthers will take this. The Panthers will take the running. I mean, you're just running the clock, but now you got to make a stop here somewhere.
Well, clock is down to 10 minutes remaining in regulation. Rivera has the handoff. He'll be near the 1st down marker. We'll have to wait and see exactly where they mark it. 31-13 is the score again. Is there an injury out there? I see some
there was just a little push towards the end, and a couple of guys fall on top of each other.
All right. So it looks like maybe 2nd down and just short. or I guess it's actually third down.
Hoping it was just a rolling up on the ankle or something. I mean, at least that's what you hope, when you see that.
I believe it's the Panthers trainers out.
And so did the Sabercat trainers. It was away from where we're at on the home on the away side. Happened more to the home side. So we're hoping it was just get rolled up sometimes. Sometimes your ankle gets rolled up a little bit. Hopefully you can get up from that.
All right, last week, of course, they probably had a lot of the reserves in, but it was 0-0 for both teams in the fourth quarter. Of course, that was against Economides. We're talking about for Vela.
Right.
And we see, as far as their offense, they've had 767 yards of rushing, 1,350 yards of passing, 2,082 yards of offense. They've been averaging 347 yards a game.
Yeah.
On defense, they've given 668 yards of rushing up, 1,079 yards of passing, 1,747 yards total. So they've given up almost 300 yards of offense a game, 291.
Right. That was Aaron Garcia, who's had a great ball game tonight. Hopefully he can walk that off. I know he's walking on his own power, which is great to see.
Tank's father wanted me to tell you hello.
Oh, good.
At halftime, I ran into him. He said, "How's my son doing?" I said, "Well, I told him Football Fred's been mentioning him several times.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Fuentes, you can be proud of your son."
One of my favorite players. That's for sure. Anytime you're over 250, you're one of my favorite players.
So Garcia, 19 tackles on the season. He's got 3 sacks, and he also caused a fumble. And do you remember that interception just right in the middle of the field in one of the games?
Right.
That's good for a defensive lineman. This time, a big run, and the ball was at the 46-yard line, and it's going to go all the way. Big touchdown run.
Now, that was coming.
PJ, right?
Yeah, that's PJ.
Okay.
He's been also threatening all night to take one to the house, and he just did.
I believe that was about a 46-yard run.
Right. Yeah, that big offensive line right down the middle, and they just took advantage of the fact that Garcia was not there. That's what I'm thinking. But, yeah, excellent run there by the Sabercats. Put up 6 points.
He's Pablo, but everybody calls him PJ Rivera.
Right.
Extra point attempt is up and gets over. So with 9:37 remaining, 11-point lead for the Panthers over the Sabercats, 31-20.
It's still a ball game. When you play the Sabercats, and again, you said this earlier, they're district champions. Now, how are they going to respond to this? This is not something that the Sabercats are used to. They're not used to being behind, 1.
Right.
2, they've been kind of run over here in the third quarter and then getting into the fourth quarter as well. Cavazos has really had a good night tonight. Knapp has had a really good night as well.
Yeah.
So now, how do you respond? Your defense for the Sabercats has to respond, and really the Panther offense has to continue attacking. We know it's 9:37 left to go. It's only an 11-point game. I mean, against the Sabercats, that could go in a hurry. It can evaporate quickly. You've got to keep playing. You got to keep going against really the district champion from last year. If you want to take the crown, you've got to beat them. You just can't let them continue running on you like that.
What do you got to keep the pedal to the metal?
Right. That's it.
There's all kinds of little cliche sayings I can say, but we'll keep it just to that one. And that's going to be a touchback. Ball goes out of the end zone on the kick, so it'll be, at the 25-yard line.
Right.
And again, in this final quarter, Panthers going to the south end zone.
Yeah, so this defense now for the Sabercats, the pressure is on them now. I mean, really, Ivan Mendoza, some of these other guys that are out there, big number 29, Jacob Potik, he's going to have to try something. Matthew Luna, all those guys that are playing defense are going to have to do it again. You look at the defense, he's playing a 3-4 defense. You see them even standing out there right now. You have 3 down linemen, and you have 4 guys now. It depends, and they're doing a good job of reading that.
What have they done on defensively mostly?
Really, we're talking to Coach Stroman. He was talking about that, and and it's one of those things where he's talking X's and O's, and really he was describing the fact that, look, we're going to attack depending on what they give us. Right now, they're in a 3-3. It looks like they're sending out 3 guys, and they want to break another one off the edge there. They do quickly.
Pass. Looks like it's to Cavazos, and that'll pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, quick pass pattern out there. That was a blitz coming off the
Jacob to Jaden,
right-hand side. Now, we haven't seen, one of the things that I haven't seen at least, is the backup quarterback that has become one of our favorite players is Rodney Garza on offense. We've seen him on defense.
Right.
But we have not seen him on offense yet.
No. And Garza, we'll try to get his numbers in a minute. He's pretty good on offense. 2nd down and 6 ball at the 29-yard line. And I'm going to try to look up his numbers.
Yeah, it looks like he's been focusing really on defense.
Last couple games.
Yep.
So, trips on the left side. This time it's going to be a handoff. And it is going to only be a couple yards that time for, looks like, Jesse Hernandez.
Right now your best friend is the clock, and your best friend is a good solid running game and picking up a first down here.
By the way, Rodney Garza this year, 9 catches for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging over 22 yards a catch, but was not on offense, I don't believe, last week.
So what I do is I give it to my best running back. I snap the ball directly to Cavazos, look for a block behind Kanab, and pick up a first down.
3rd down and 4 coming up. This time it's going to be Kanab, and Kanab is going to get down to about the 33-yard line, going to be about a yard short, got about 3, needed 4. So it's 4th down.
So do you go for it? 7:55 left to go.
You know, you give great field position. I would probably punt, but
it's a 4th down and about 2.
Yeah, it's a long 1 or 2, like you say.
You know what? You're up by 11.
Yeah.
I go for it.
Well, let's hope it works. I'm all for it.
All right, let's go.
Slot on the right side.
Maybe not. Maybe they're going to punt it.
Kanab in the backfield. No,
Oh,
he's going to punt. No offense, but I feel a lot more comfortable with that. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have another big play.
Yeah. And they're going to pin him back.
Yeah, back to the 13. I'm sorry.
That's why I don't coach.
Like the play.
See? That's why I don't coach. That's why they put me all the way up here.
I know you could if you got the first down, that would be a big way to maybe securing the victory.
Right.
Say you get another couple first downs, you take a lot more time off the clock. But if you don't get it, you saw that young man just moments ago run almost halfway down the field for a touchdown, Rivera. So you know they've got some explosive players out there. We know about their wide receivers. 3 of them have over 400 yards apiece in receptions. And 1 we haven't really even seen catch a pass tonight, I don't think.
So now they've got to run about 80 yards now to get at least the touchdown.
7:24 remaining. You got the 11-point lead. You figure it's going to take several minutes to score if they do. I know they could have a big play, but we're just talking what the odds might be.
There it is.
Yeah, and that's going to get a few yards. A nice play. Gets up to about the 26-yard line. Picks up 13. Who was it?
Yeah, Matthew Trevino.
Okay.
He's a new wide receiver, really coming out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought he was a new one.
Yeah, he comes out of the backfield there, and out of just a quick pass from the backfield. He's playing in the backfield along with PJ Rivera.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Weslaco in their own territory. Another big run by Rivera. Rivera is going to be down near the 49-yard line. So he picks up about 21 yards. Remember, his last one was about 46. So on 2 plays alone, he has almost 80 yards rushing.
And that's exactly what you want if you're the Sabercats. They're running down the middle. You got to make a play if you're the defense. They want to run the ball.
And by the way, Trevino this year, 15 carries for 98 yards and a touchdown. So he has seen some action. 1st down and 10 ball at the 48-yard line of Vela. And they're going to have a pass, and the receiver's wide open. He's at the 15-10 touchdown. Is that Rojas?
Yeah.
Kevin Rojas.
That's Rojas. Rojas on a big play.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is it time to pull out the chart?
Oh, yeah.
It's time to pull out the chart.
That was over a 50-yard touchdown pass to Rojas.
So when you're down by 5, it says you go for 2. When you're down by 5, according to the chart, it says that you go for 2.
Well, we'll see what they do.
They're going for 2?
Oh, I would go for 2 because it puts you within a field goal.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer.
There you go. The
I'm
chart
not even
works.
looking at your chart. No, I love that chart. You got to give me it. But all joking aside, AJ has it and wide open. And that might have been Rojas again. I'm just trying to see the numbers. It looked like it might have been Rojas.
So all of a sudden, we said earlier, this offense can quickly score.
Right, and we see a Panther down.
Yeah.
We'll see who it is when we get a chance.
You can't relax against the Sabercats. No. Exactly what you just saw is exactly what happens. They can put up points very quickly.
It was under 2 minutes. I don't know. I didn't get to see the exact length of the drive. But it didn't take long at all for them to move the ball down the field.
Right.
And get the score. And while we have this momentary timeout, we see the player going off the field. If you could take a look at him. Quickly rained down Vela's season. They beat United in the first game, 51-46. Barely got by Hannah, 28-27. Lost to Memorial, 33-22. Defeated Los Fresnos, 35-18. And then defeated Edinburg North, 44-8, before shutting out Academides, 45-0.
Elijah Estevanes is walking off gingerly off the field, but at least he's on his own power. He's trying to walk off.
Well, you remember, he was shaken up earlier this year.
Yeah, he was, against Harlingen South, as a matter of fact. I recall that. But, he's a tough kid, came back. Hopefully it's just, again, sometimes you fall awkwardly or they step on you or whatever. So now this offense.
Yeah, as I always say, he's walking gingerly.
Right. This offense has to get to work. No more 3 and outs. They've got to score. They cannot relax.
And there's the kickoff at the 10-yard line, and it will go near the 26.
Jaden Cavazos is one of those guys that, when he gets the ball, he's dangerous.
Yes.
Nice return.
Well, this game has lived up to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can never say Vela's done. I mean, look, they had some close games. Look, they almost lost to Hannah.
Right.
Well,
you saw that game. Actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you. The only reason that Vela lost wasn't that game.
Which game are you talking about?
Hannah and the Sabercats down at Sam Stadium.
Are you saying the only reason Hannah lost?
The only reason that the Hannah lost was because they missed a field goal.
Okay. Was it a long one?
It was a long one, but they missed it. Yeah.
All right, Jacob Cavazos up the middle, and he's going to get a few. And I'll tell you what, you saw him just really try to bull the line ahead, but he was finally stood up and put down.
That night, Victor Campos, the quarterback for the Hannah Eagles, had a monster night.
All right.
And again, they attempted a field goal. If they would have made it, they would have won the game.
All right.
Yeah.
So the ball is at the 30-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 30-yard line for Weslaco. Midway through the fourth quarter, they lead by 3. Jacob Cavazos again, and he's going to be brought down from behind. He's going to be 2 or 3 yards short of the first down.
And Coach Strobin is all the way even beyond the numbers. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to be real careful.
By the way, what a class act, and what a pleasure to work with.
Great guy.
We love working with Coach Stroman. He's open to us. He's always friendly when we come see him before the game. And what a knowledge of football he has.
Yeah. Yeah, he was out there. He was talking to the official, letting him know.
And by the way, it was great meeting Coach Campbell tonight.
Yeah.
He was a class act,
too. Yes,
I really enjoyed both the coaches. We really enjoy the coaches in this league.
They've always done a good job. They've always done a really good job, the coaches have, of being able to give us a little time, give us some inside information of what's happening with the team.
A lot of times we say, tell us something we can use once the game starts. We're not going to go to the other coach and tell them, even though we broadcast for Weslaco, we respect the privacy of the coaches and whatever he tells us, an opposing coach, we will not use until he lets us do it during the game.
And really they realize as a coach that the exposure that his program gets with these athletes will be seen by maybe college recruits and other people they would see, and that eventually we'll get these kids to go on to the next level.
Right. By the way, the Astros are playing tonight. I think the Astros are leading. They just gave the score.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure.
I'm not
by
sure.
the way, big football game tonight. Patriots against the Giants.
Yeah, that's a
quarterback Daniel Jones for the Giants.
Big third down.
Okay, it is going to be Cavazos, and he is going to go down to the 47-yard line, and he picks up about 13 or 14 yards. Big first down.
Nice design by the Panthers. They all drive back in a pass. Jacob sells it really good. His receivers are turning around like he's going to pass. The defense drops back. Guess what? Cavazos takes off. First down.
So officially 12 yards to the 45-yard line. First down and 10. Clock approaching 5 minutes remaining in regulation. And it is the Panthers over the Sabercats, 31-28.
Yeah.
We have a slot on the left side. That's Jaden Cavazos. And it will be handed off to Payne Canal, but he goes nowhere this time. He is going to be dropped for a 2 or 3 yard loss in the backfield.
Again, yeah, you don't want to see that, but on the bright side, if you wanted to kind of look for one, it runs the clock.
All right.
Runs the clock, but again, you need at least another first down. At least one more to kind of really make the Sabercats start using their timeouts.
And they have all three. Panthers have one.
Right, yeah.
So that's where we are on that
In order for you to start using those timeouts, you have to pick up another first down. It's as simple as that.
So, clock approaches 4:20 remaining. 3 wide receivers stacked on the left side. And this time Cavazos way downfield. And it is caught at the 22-yard line. And that is Jaden Cavazos. So, on that particular play, he gets about 35 yards.
So now, what a pass by Jacob Cavazos. I'm going to go back when this game is, re-air this game, and just watch that in slow motion. Man, what a beautiful, the kids call it, they're throwing dimes. Is that what it is?
I think you're right. All right, slot on the left side. And is there going to be timeout? No, he's just
he's looking to the sideline for the play.
So 1st and 10 ball at the 23-yard line. In Vela territory, going to be a running play, and it's going to be a nice play down to about the 15, gain of 8 by Peyton Knob.
Really, the Panthers have control now. The clock is running. Now you're going to try to make the Sabercats use their timeouts. They haven't used them yet. Still, the game is about 3 minutes and about 20 seconds now. So you want to keep running the ball. You want to keep running. You want to score, really, but you want to run the ball.
2nd down and 3, ball at the 16-yard line. Wide receivers stacked on each side. Knob in the backfield.
Now that linebacker is showing blitz off the right side. So the Panthers are going to adjust to that. They're going to adjust their protection and go away from that probably.
Knob on the left of Cavazos. He's going to keep the ball, and he'll be inside the 10. He'll be down to about the 6-yard line. He has got the first down. Needed 3, got about 10. It's going to be 1st and goal to go.
So what I do now, and here comes the first timeout by Coach Campbell. Yeah, now you got to start using the timeouts. See, this is exactly what you wanted to do. You're in great field position. You're at the 1st and goal to go from the 6. You got 2:57 remaining, and now you're going to make the Sabercats use their timeouts. The best thing you can do is score here.
Yeah.
Great shape.
I guess if you're a Weslaco fan, ideally you'd like to score on 3rd down, but again, you want the points first.
Right.
We're talking about ideally.
Right.
You don't want to be put in that situation where you've got it 4th and goal to go at the 1-yard line.
That's exactly what the coaches are probably talking about. Exactly what you just said. Hey, we got 2 shots at this, 3 shots tops, and then we kick a field goal. But we got to get in the end zone. You got 6 yards. I'm talking Knob. I'm talking Cavazos. Put Hernandez back there as a decoy. Whatever it takes. Run the ball. Run the ball.
If it's 4th and goal to go, they've been scoring fast and long touchdowns the last couple for Vela. I might say on 4th and goal to go at the 1, I'd go for it.
Right.
But especially if they have to go 99 yards. But right now it's Peyton Knob, and he is going to bull his way. It looks like he's down at the 1-yard line.
Okay.
So he picked up 5. Are they going to?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Again, now you're going to make. Now what are the Sabercats going to do?
Yeah.
They're going to run the clock.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to run it.
Under 2:40 remaining.
Yeah, it's going to go at about 2 minutes before you have to snap
second.
again.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get.
Are they going to go quick?
2nd and goal to go at the 1-yard line. And this time it's going to be Knob, and he is in, I believe. Yes, Knob, 1-yard touchdown run. So all the touchdowns tonight have been rushes. 4 for Jacob Cavazos, now 1 for Peyton Knob. And believe it or not, Football Fred, there's a guy almost as big as you pulling the Panther tonight.
Well, it has to be a guy.
So you have a future job if you ever get on a radio.
And the guy, I'm impressed by that big young guy. I like the hat. I like the cowboy boots with the shorts. Yeah. My style, that's for sure.
So it is now 37-28. Panthers lead, 2:24 remaining. Ram Galvez puts up the extra point, but it looks like a flag was dropped. I know it's good.
The extra point is good, but wait a minute.
Yeah.
And it's usually on the defense. I mean, when they kind of do that, the defense.
Back to an 11-point lead, 37-28. 1 timeout remaining for the Panthers, but more importantly, 2 remaining for Vela.
Yeah, and really that's what you wanted. So the extra point is good. So now, 2:24 left to go in the ball game. You're right, 11-point lead. make that a 10-point lead, right? Is that no? They haven't counted the extra one, or is that what it is? 20. They have 28-38 on the board.
All right. Well, we'll see.
We'll see what they do there. I thought it was 7. Yeah, it's a 10. It should be a 10-point because they got the 2-point conversion. Remember? So yeah, it's a 10-point lead.
So they went for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they got the 2-point conversion earlier. So now it's 28-38. It's a 10-point game. So the Sabercats have 2 timeouts.
Right.
And that's going to be important because if they want to save some time, at least try to get down the field. Depends on what the Panthers do here. I would kick it as far as I can and make him start from the 20.
I agree with that.
I mean, let's make him work. If they get it, oh well.
You can't risk a big run.
Right.
I mean, have them start at midfield. We see that they can score from midfield.
That's right.
They've done it a couple times in this quarter.
Right.
So, going to be a squib kick.
It's a grounder.
Picked up at the 22. And it's going to be taken. Well, we'll see. The running back still has it. Taken down at about the 32-yard line or so. We'll give you the exact. And it was actually Justin Cantu who was running with the ball.
Yeah, Justin Cantu was out there. You have a couple of players down there that you want to get down there quickly. So there's an injury timeout on that side. On the Panthers, will kind of not exactly what's happened here.
Well,
before Danya Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Danya Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Danya Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Try to make it as the crowd,
applauding.
both Weslaco High and Vela.
Obviously, the young man's going to be immobilized.
Right. We'll try to get some information for those of you that are listening at home through Facebook on the injury of this young man. We're hoping he's fine. He's lifting his hand.
Yeah, that's
See that
good.
He's giving a thumbs up.
Yeah.
So he's at least he's awake and he's giving a thumbs up. So that makes you feel a lot better. And we're hoping that young man, maybe it was just, sometimes the way you fall, sometimes the way you get hit, sometimes just so many things. And but we have to get back to football.
And we're not going to speculate.
Sure.
We're just going to say, maybe you agree with me, football, but our prayers are with the young man.
Sure. No doubt. We wish him well. We wish him. He looks good from here. I mean, they've got to take necessary precautions. That's great. Right. And hopefully he's fine. We're all over.
And at times like this, it's hard to get this back going again, but I'll have to. It's first down and 10 ball at the 32.
A roller coaster of emotions,
And of course, the fans know that the young man would want this to happen. They're yelling defense.
Right.
Young man would want to make sure that his team won the game, or do the best to win the game at least. So first and 10 ball at the 32 for the Sabercats. 2:15 remaining in regulation. 1 timeout for the Panthers, 2 for the Sabercats, and again they are down by 10 points.
You got to get back to the game after a thing like that. But something that I will tell you that brings some sort of joy and happiness as a fan of football and this team is that the young man puts his hand up and says, "Hey, I'm okay." It was at least you're hoping that's the case. Now, we said earlier, you got to keep an eye on this. We said earlier that we were going to see some players on offense play defense. Now you have on the playing left corner is Jaden Cavazos, number 3.
Okay. Yeah,
we got to spot that.
Yeah, we did hear that.
We knew that was going to happen. So let's kind of look at that and see if that makes a bit of a difference.
And the Weslaco fans who just about filled the stands on their side tonight, you can hear them in the background yelling defense.
Mel Rodriguez, number 2, is also a receiver, is playing also.
Rodriguez?
He's also on the defensive side right now, playing defensive back on that right side. You see him over there away from us. So some offensive players have entered the game on defense for the Panthers. Wow.
A.J. Sotelo, big year. He's had several good years, hasn't he?
Yeah, he started when he was a freshman. He's just a junior now.
So Sotelo goes back to pass. Now flushed out of the pocket. He'll run the ball, and he is up near the 40-yard line, and he'll get the first down by a couple yards. And there is going to be a flag.
Yeah, and that's going to come back because that was a late hit. Now, I'll tell you, it was a nice play by the Panther defense and really a bad play by the Sabercats on a last. At the end, they came up and did a late hit, and really it was on the sidelines. And right in front of the Panther sidelines. And that drew a flag. Now, I don't know if that's what they're going to call, but that's what the fans want.
Right.
Joshua Burkett is out there. You have Castellanos out there as well. Nice to see big number 48 as well back out there, who's Estebanes. Earlier he walked off with an injury. He's back out there. He almost got to the quarterback on that play too.
So it's actually going to be against.
Yeah.
It's going to be against the Sabercats. And again, you know, I don't like to question officials, but it didn't look like the guy that was chasing him hit him out of bounds.
Right.
I don't want to say anything.
No, it came from behind. One of the safeties came back and hit one of the Panthers late.
And you know who it was that rushed him out of bounds? Angel Castellanos.
Right.
I want to say that now because he didn't hit him, I didn't think. But again, I'm not an official. But it turned out that I was right. He didn't hit him, and that wasn't the call.
But we'll take it.
Late hit. Yeah, it was not a late hit. But again, from where the flag was thrown, I couldn't argue with you, Football Fred.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a late hit from the flag, but from my real-time view of it, I thought he, stopped as he went out of bounds.
Right.
Talking about chasing.
So on this play, I will tell you all the best players are out there. Tyler Bailey, the TCU and player that's signee.
Where's he playing right now?
He's now playing your right tackle.
Oh, yeah.
And you have Garza on the left tackle. So you got both of them now playing.
Garza's going to be a big-time recruit, too.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a junior, though.
Yep.
Where Bailey's a senior. All right, back to pass and getting sacked. Big loss on that play. What a sack.
Elijah Estebanes just beat Tyler Bailey one-on-one. Wow.
The ball is going to go back to the 19-yard line.
What a move.
I think that was a loss of about 9 on that play. Second down and 19. Clock running, approaching 1:30 remaining in regulation. Panthers with a 10-point lead. This time, the ball is intercepted. Panthers intercept the ball, and then it's going to go down to the 20-yard line. Let's see who made that interception. Can you see?
That's my favorite player on defense. We've said we thought he was going to be out tonight, but he's not. That's what the guy we've been talking about, 32. That's right. That's Angel Castellanos coming up with an interception, a big play, and this will seal the deal.
And you know what a win this is going to be.
What a play by Castellanos. We said earlier he came over from another sport. Coach put a call out there, As we wait for the play here to run, and here comes the quick pass out to KJ. KJ is going to go outside
KJ Jones is going to be taken down close to a first down. Again, it was 1st and 10 at the 20. And remember, should Vela lose tonight, this will be the first time they've lost a district game since 2014, back when they were in the district with Sherryland. I used to live in Alabama, and there was a Sherryland, but actually Sherryland.
Yeah, but let me tell you, Sharon, I remember that game.
I
remember. Oh, yeah, I remember it very well.
Was it close? Do you remember it was close?
I remember that Sherryland put up a fight, and Sherryland beat him at the end.
Okay.
Sherryland was very talented that year as well.
So the ball's at the 8-yard line. Gain of 12 on that reception. 1st and goal to go at the 8. 1:18 remaining. And this time going to take the knee, the victory formation.
Why not? I mean, you got to make him use their timeouts.
Yeah.
At this point, they've got 2. So if they get the ball back, you don't want to give them 2 timeouts. You want to make sure they use them. What a game so far.
The first one will be used. So if this score holds up and it becomes a victory, Vela will drop to 5-2 and 2-1 in district. Remember, they have not had a bye week yet.
Right.
They'll have it next week. Weslaco will improve to 5-1, and they'll be 2-0 in district.
Yep.
and they'll have Donna North. And you know, I don't want to make light of any team or anything, but Donna North's program has struggled, and I'm not saying this to insult Donna North, but last year I did not have a color analyst, at the Donna North game, and we were on a road game, so I didn't have any instant replay. Donna North gave up 75 points. All I'm saying, football Fred, please stay very well this next week, all right? I do not want to have to broadcast the game by myself. It was hard doing a game that has 75 points in it by yourself.
I'm going to tell you something about that in the second half.
I'm not making fun of Donna North.
No,
This is not mean. No reflection. It's a young program.
No, it is. It is.
All right, and this time it's a running play, and that was Payne Kanab, I believe. And that was 8 yards for the touchdown. So Kanab goes 8 yards for the touchdown. That's his second touchdown, am I correct? Yeah, his second.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Christian Garces, I think it's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's time for Christian to come in for the extra point. Let's see.
Top it off, my friend.
Yeah.
Christian Garces is out there.
All right, big story about him today in the paper.
Right.
Monitor in McAllen.
Christian about to put the extra point, at least try to put up the extra point.
He's never let disabilities that have been with him his whole life hold him back. And he's not going to let that happen right now. He's already 1 for 2 this season, hitting extra points. Let's see how he does this time. It's up, and it is no good, but it was close. It was close. He did a great job.
Good. Yeah, you know what? I said this before. He's out on the field practicing with the rest of the players. He should get a chance to go out there, and he did go out there. All his hard work paid off. You know, I missed it. Okay, no big deal. You were out there. You tried your best. That's what counts. Excellent.
So it'll be on to Donna North now next week.
Yeah, I wanted to say
tell me a story.
Yeah, Donna North. We go back a little bit now. I agree with you. So it's a new program. When Donna High, the Redskins, and Donna North split, it really hurt both programs. They depleted the talent on both sides of the town, pretty much. Basically, Donna North now, Coach Mario Marichelar. A lot of Valley fans know who he is because he used to be the head coach of the Edgar Chelsea Yellow Jackets. A very successful program. Well, he's now the head man there. And I was talking to different coaches, and they've all said, and maybe Coach Stroman will feel the same way. I know Coach Brigette at Weslaco, he said this. He feels that program is in the right direction.
Good.
He says it reminds us of where we were when we first started. So they have the right guy for it. They're trying to
they're giving him time.
Right.
You know, they don't look at scores like that and say, oh my gosh, we got to get a new coach. We got to give him time.
So they have gotten better, you know.
And by the way, the score is now 44-28. I want to make sure we get that in.
Right, 44-28. So yeah, you know, you're gonna get good. You're gonna get a good effort, you know, from. Can they beat Weslaco? Who knows? But you know, but at the same time, we will say this: they've gotten better. Any of these coaches, I'm sure Coach Stroman will tell you, you know what? They might not be up to the level now that Weslaco or even Vela is, but they're getting better. The program is getting better. So that's always good news if you're a Donna Chief fan.
All right, 1:05 remaining. Remember tonight, Payne Kanab, a couple rushing touchdowns, and also 4 for Jacob Cavazos. Couple big plays in the second half. I believe Kevin Rojas totaled 2 touchdown receptions. Also, P.J. Rivera, a long touchdown run. So that's a summary of most of the scoring besides the field goals. As time will start running out, down to 1 minute remaining.
So really, after this win tonight by the Weslaco High Panthers, I mean, it doesn't guarantee anything as we await to the
By the way,
Sabercats.
what is the meaning of the cannon on the flag?
I'll tell you in a second.
Does that take a long time to tell or not?
Yeah, no. It's simply what it says. I asked Coach, hey, we see you walking out of the tunnel, you know, and he says it just simply means come and take it.
Okay.
That's what it means. Come and take it. It's just if you want it, you come and take it. You have KJ Jones with it, now waving it around, so that's what that means.
I got you.
I asked him about the sledgehammers that they carry.
Yeah,
they also carry sledgehammers.
Justin Vega just got a complete pass. I think 2 back-to-back. We were talking about him, but it's a little too late for this to make much of an impact.
I was saying, yeah, the sledgehammers they bring. I said, what does that mean? And he says, that means it's blue collar. We come to work. We come to work. So that's what all those things mean if you're a Panther fan. Quickly out there as well.
Another reception, that time by Rojas for a first down.
So kind of looking ahead, you kind of have to. I mean, again, Weslaco now has the inside track. Obviously, you still have Edinburg to play, Edinburg North to play, Weslaco East, obviously. You still got to, that's going to be a big battle.
Well, that's got a special name, right?
Yeah, the Tinaco Bowl is going to come up. So, if if things remain the same, this game that in the Tinaco Bowl that will be played at obviously Lackey Stadium will have
Rojas
humongous.
reception. I'm just trying to be respectful.
I got you. Will bring it will be probably the biggest Tinaco Bowl we've had in quite a while. I mean, imagine that's how things could shape up if things fall into place.
17 seconds remaining. Second down and 9, 48-yard line in Weslaco territory. AJ passes. And that pass complete down to about the 30.
And there you see Cantu. We thought he was going to be heavily involved in
that was Cantu that got
the
pass,
offense.
right?
And this is really his first, if not his second catch, really. I mean, he has not been used tonight, but doesn't really matter at this point. As the Sabercats used their last time out here. Or was it the Panthers? No, it doesn't really matter at this point.
No,
what
it was
a big win.
Sabercats.
It's a big. You think this was a statement win for the Panthers?
Yes. I mean, when a team hasn't lost a district game since 2014, when last year you had a 7-0 lead against this team, and then they come back to beat you 17-7. When you beat them on the road, when everybody's talking about that this game may determine who wins this district, this game may give the winner, which obviously is going to be the Panthers, maybe home field advantage if they get to the point. We're jumping ahead, but we're talking about what this game could mean. It could mean that they host an opening round playoff game. And now a little trickery. Ball is lateraled, and it is going to be, I believe, Rojas getting knocked down about the 2-yard line, but that's going to be it.
That's going to be it.
Game is over. It is the Panthers winning 44-28. So for the first time since 2014, a district loss for Robert Vela. And again, 4 touchdowns rushing for Jacob Cavazos, 2 for Peyton Knopf. Before we get out of here, some final words, Football Fred.
You know, impressive win, important win, and if anything else, we saw the defense in its full glory, if you would. This defense played up against a very, very talented Sabercat team and did well tonight, made some stops, and really made it possible for this big win. Big night by this defense, big night by Jacob Cavazos.
And again, our prayers with the young man that was injured tonight. We were not able to get his name, unfortunately.
Yeah, we couldn't get it, unfortunately.
But I'm sure it'll be up at some point on the K-West Facebook site, and you'll be able to find out more about it. So, for Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. One final time, the Weslaco Panthers over the Robert Vela Sabercats in Edinburg at Richard Flores Stadium, 44-28. We'll see you next week, hopefully in person at Bobby Lackey Stadium when Donna North takes on the Weslaco Panthers at 7:30. If you can't be there, make sure that you follow us on K-West. Have a great weekend, everybody. This has been a K-West production.